This is the final battle. With you at my side, we will demolish the deep state. We will expel the warmongers from our government. We will drive out the globalists. We will liberate America from these villains once and for all.
All right. Well, that was a hot mess trying to get you inside. Hi, sweetheart.
I have no idea what the heck was going on. I had to sign in with YouTube. I don't know my YouTube password. I haven't had, they took my YouTube away 6
I
years
don't know
ago.
why it redirected you to YouTube because
Yeah.
it's not a YouTube affiliated,
Yeah, I had
whatever.
I had two choices, YouTube or Facebook. I haven't used either account in years.
I don't either. I
So,
mean,
I don't know. I don't know.
well, welcome. Good evening. It's like I
Yeah,
haven't talked to you in a whole hour.
like an hour. Yeah.
How was Rosary? Was it fun? Did you
It,
have a nice time?
we had a good time. Do
Excellent.
you have a good time in meditation? Yeah,
I
I guess.
do. I prayed and medit. I always do before I do every show, and then I do after. Welcome in, everybody. So it's ladies' night,
Yes.
minus the alcohol and the coyote ugly scenario. If anyone's familiar with that fun movie, so
um, I'm not gonna say minus. Okay.
oh, okay.
There's always.
There's always a
It's you
coyote.
and I. It's you and
Well,
I.
that's
Anything.
true. We are
Anything can
slightly
happen.
unpredictable, and Braves is going to join us here in a little bit.
Oh, I
So
can't wait.
I know, right? Like
It ought to be
it's
fun.
the band is back together.
Yeah,
It's
right.
great. We haven't done it for a few weeks on Truth Blitz, all three of us. So we're getting a big dose of the estrogen
It
tonight.
hasn't
So
been
hope
that
everybody's
long. Has it
strapped
been
in.
that long? It's been that long.
It's been a couple weeks at
Oh, for good
least. It's been
heavens.
at least 3 weeks.
That's
I think
just
it's
not.
been. I
I can't.
know. We'll have
That's
to schedule
okay.
you.
It's
I know, right?
it's now August. It's like where the hell did July go?
I know, right? Like I'm gonna blink and Halloween's gonna be done, and then I'm gonna be back putting Christmas trees up, and I'm gonna
Well,
be
like that'll
slinging
really
cinnamon
bother
rolls,
you.
and I know,
What do you mean
I know.
back putting Christmas trees up? You never
Are
take
you
yours
insinuating
down.
the thing
I'm
behind
not
me?
insinuating a thing. I'll let the
Okay,
evidence
it's red,
share
white, and
itself.
blue. It
It
is red,
doesn't.
white. It's all
It's
season,
still a
but it's a
Christmas tree.
mini. It's a mini. It's not.
Okay.
They don't count when they're little.
Oh, really?
Not in my house.
Okay. Yeah. Well, not in your house. We'll let
Little
that
ones don't
slide.
count. If I can just put a bag on it and put it in the shelf in the basement, it's not a real tree. If I didn't have to take it down and deconstruct it, it's not really a Christmas tree.
Uh-huh. I'll wrap my brain around that in a little bit.
I will.
No, I agree
Have
with
I
you.
sent
I
you?
absolutely love decorating my tree. I make it every year. I try to outdo my previous Hallmark tree. So I
Hmm.
put a lot into it. I used to
Yes, I saw the pictures
decorate,
of the dove.
yeah, I used to decorate a tree for Easter. Not a Christmas
Yes,
tree though.
yes.
It was a cherry blossom tree.
Hmm.
For
Hmm.
Easter, I haven't done that in years. I used to blow the eggs to put on it and decorate them. And yeah, when
Now
the
you're
kids
talking
broke
my
all the
language.
eggs, yeah, when the kids broke all the eggs, I didn't
Well,
re-blow the eggs. So,
I can understand that. Blowing eggs,
but
I mean, it's fun, but it's tedious.
it is tedious. Yes.
It is super tedious.
So, but yeah, I used to do that, but I cannot keep a tree up year round.
Well, the audience is already generous out of the gate. Let
Well,
me
that
say
was
hi to
fast.
everybody and thank them and everything. So we have Dixie, of course, first out of the gate. God love her. With a
She's always
phone.
first. Is it a race?
She is. Some people like to be first.
Uh-huh.
Hmm. It's
Have
it's
to
an
let me.
honor. Yeah, I know. I'm like I showed up. That counts, right? I
I'm
never
here.
was.
Hello.
That was always me growing up. I'm like I got here. Hi.
Yeah. A day late and dollar short, but I'm
That's
here.
right. I showed up. Damn it. Oh, I fear it's an everything's funny again night, which once Braves
No,
join
I'm in an
join
odd
us.
mood, so God
Okay,
knows where this is gonna go.
I showed a video earlier, the one that you sent me about Deborah Bricks, and
Yeah,
Braves lost her mind. I have figured out her trigger. It's bricks.
it's the wizard.
Bricks
What
makes her
we
madder
used.
than anything. I haven't seen her that mad in a while.
Oh, so we can't play that again
Oh
because
no,
it'll.
we're totally playing it again.
Oh, is it?
We are totally doing that shit
So,
again.
so what I'll do is I'll share my. We always called her the scarf whisperer.
Yes.
So
Yes.
we will, to show you how we've always mocked Deborah Bricks,
Oh yeah.
the ever loving idiot that trusted the
Insufferable.
science and tried to get everybody else to believe it with her.
She's
I want to
insufferable. She
know how
really
many
is.
people got asymptomatic spread.
God. I just looked at people and blinked like it was one of those things of like where you give them your fucking dumbass look and then you just keep blinking slowly at them
Well, it
like
was funny because yesterday Ron Johnson's talking about how he got COVID from asymptomatic spread. And I'm
but
like,
it
you
doesn't
got the
work like that.
flu, Ron. You got the
Yeah.
flu.
I don't know why they placate to them. I really don't.
I don't know.
I don't
I'm
know.
so sick of the. I'm sick
I
of it all.
I
So
know.
I understand why
Mm.
she's rather frustrated. Is
Well,
that
we'll trigger Braves when she gets here. She knows I'm gonna do
if she
it.
goes into tears, I'm
Oh
blaming it
no,
on
it's not
you.
like that. It's more like she's punching at the screen and cursing.
Okay,
It's
now
funny trigger. It's not
that
like
could
upset
be
trigger.
rather fun.
Exactly. We're
That
doing it
could be.
again.
Yeah,
Oh yeah. We're driving that short bus again. We're doing
yeah,
it.
yeah. We'll do that. Yes,
We have
little
it's
missed.
me, Jen Hall. Good to see you, darling. Thank you for the cookie. Just fed up with the shades. Much appreciated. Charlie, 3/5. So 3 5, 3 or 5. How does Sean do that
He's
call sign?
he is. I don't know.
Okay, Charlie,
I don't
three
want to
five.
call him Charlie Three Fifths, but I don't remember. But
Well,
he gave us three before we
he
even
gave
opened our
us
mouths. That's not
I
too
know.
bad.
God bless him. Thank you, honey. Sean Joe with a cookie. Good to see you. Sly Park with shades. I love her. Hello, Sly
Mhm.
Park. Sean Joe with another cookie. And Mitchell with a fleet. Thank
Nice.
you, darling. Thank you. Good to see you tonight. Krista
Mhm.
loves David with a can. Her scarf should be banned. I know,
I
right? Like
know, right?
I
Oh my
was trying to
gosh!
explain to Braves why older women wear turtlenecks and scarves, and
It's
Braves
because
just kept
they get all these wrinkles around this, and they're
right.
trying
And
to hide that they're fucking old.
I know this because my mom's been self-conscious about her neck
Right.
for years. It was one of the first places that she started to show age. Like her face was
Hmm.
completely smooth, didn't have anything, but she had the like lines. And a lot of it I think is because she worked at a desk. So you're like looking down
Hmm.
all the time. And I think that does contribute to it.
You see, I have to not care.
Right.
I had surgery on my neck.
Oh, bless your heart.
That's what this is.
Ah, okay.
I
That
had to
makes
have
sense.
some miracle work done on my spine. So I
Oh
have
gosh.
this. But the problem with that, ever since
Hey.
I've had the surgery, which was in 2008, tells you how long ago,
Oh wow. Okay.
anything on my neck drives me nuts.
I'm the same
I
way.
I
Like
gotta
I
leave it.
can't
I couldn't
I
even wear
can't
those
do the
necklaces.
turtlenecks.
I
I
can't
can do a
even.
scarf if it's like really loose.
Well, the scarf has to be
I
like
can't
off
wear
one
them like Deborah
shoulder,
does.
right?
Yeah,
So
like I mean they're
you
like
know
loose and swapped around for
that
me. I can't
that
handle
was
the other.
God's way of telling me you're gonna look old, you're gonna feel old, and you're gonna let everybody else know that you're getting old. So there I
You're
am.
gonna share your bitchy old
I'm gonna
sorrows.
share my bitchy self. I'm gonna share it, and if you don't like it, just
Fuck it.
remember I'm old.
I
I
have
can-
an okay, so I started because I'm starting that's the first place I'm starting to show. Like everything else is fine everywhere, but I'm
but you're
starting to
gonna
have
get
like
it
the one
right
little
in here.
crease or two, and I'm like, because I know with my mom, I know what's coming.
Hmm.
So I started looking for different creams or different things that I could switch up. I found a collagen cream that works pretty good. I have to say, like it's tightened
Okay,
all this up pretty good.
okay. Let me just point out what you see
Mm,
is what you
mm,
get.
okay, I
There's
accept it.
there's
I love it.
nothing. There's nothing. I use a lotion just because my skin is so dry. Other
Right?
than that, what you get, if you don't like it, turn off the monitor.
That's true. That
Right?
is true.
Nobody's asking. There's many women out there that belong on the face of Vogue. I never claim to be one of them, so I don't care what I look like.
I'm gonna fight it as long as I can.
Yeah,
Oh,
it ain't worth it. Trust me. So,
so for those who don't know, Sean is dealing with some family stuff, so we're just asking for prayers for his family. And in the interim, you're gonna get the girls' club tonight, and
mhm,
I don't know what tomorrow night will bring. Hopefully, Sean will be available and he'll be back. If not, we'll
maybe
do
another girls'
something
night.
creative, and it'll be fine. So that's how we roll around here. We're a tight knit family, and when somebody needs some help, we step in, and that's what we do. So, yeah. All right. What do you want to start with? I was thinking okay, so I have different YouTube videos. I have a lot on Spain. I have a lot on the international
Oh,
stuff.
Spain is really getting heated, isn't it? They started the mass migration, right? Mass
Well,
amnesty. Well, they're getting a little nervous over there since Zapatero got arrested.
well, so, and that's what I wanted to speak about. I have like an over video about it. Ash sent it to me. It's really good. Let me pull this up.
Mm-hmm.
Da, 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 da. Dun, dun, dun. I am not super familiar with this guy. It's American Fire with Ace.
Okay.
Is his handle on YouTube. But Ash sent it to me and I previewed it. It's a really good overview of Iran, and then it leads into Spain, and then I've got more on Spain. And I wanted to, because I know you and I've been following what's going on with the Spanish government and how that ties
only
into
because it's so exciting.
in the IRGC and all that other stuff. And then
Cuba.
Italy's Melania is responding to that, and UK is now like doing their own thing. Yes, thank you. I get Melania and Melonia.
Yeah, I don't think Melania wants to be associated with Italy.
Probably not.
Yeah, right.
Probably not. All right, so let's start here. Oh, Rhea, you like this guy? Excellent. Excellent. I'm glad.
I often say, guys, that timing is never coincidental. It's never coincidental, and that's because as a man of faith, I believe that even if the people don't mean it, timing-wise, God does. And so I think timing is always fascinating to pay attention to. What's happening right now? We have Fauci in a hearing, all this exposure coming to him. We have Joe Biden's tapes coming out. We have the communists causing a civil war in the Democratic Party. All this is happening at once. And what happens in the same week? Oh, yeah, by the way, election fraud. The intelligence community is down 30% because Pulte firing them. We have all the documents being declassified. All this is happening. And what happens in the midst of all this? Well, Trump has given a pause on Iran. Well, they decided to go ahead and attack. They attacked us with a secret attack last night, and it didn't work. At 5:45 p.m. Eastern time today, which is yesterday, the IRGC forces launched multiple ballistic missiles from Iran, an attempted surprise attack on U.S. forces based in the Middle East. All Iranian missiles were successfully intercepted. They tried to get a tanker Douglas today. McGregor, Scott Ritter, all the died suddenly crowd, all these grifters, all these liars who posed this whole wait till Iran launches a super duper hypersonic secret missiles that could destroy us all. How about when they do that? They're waiting. Well, I think we can officially say they're no longer waiting, because this was a surprise attack. So this was Iran finally going, we're going after you. And we intercepted them all.
And they've yet to get even with Zelensky.
They can't even pull off a secret surprise attack. They have Timu missiles from China. Everything we've been taught about Iran has been a lie. At least when it came to how strong they are, how...
All right, I'm pulling the bus over. All right, bus is pulled over.
Do you remember Kim Jong-un, every time he wanted money, he threw a missile?
Yes.
An impotent missile into the sea?
Yes.
That's what Iran is doing now.
Right.
They're doing the exact same thing. Yeah. Hey, remember us? We're over here. Keep us quiet.
It's kind of like a spoiled child having a tantrum.
Yes. And they threatened Zelensky last week, and have yet to follow through on that threat.
Right, because Zelensky bombed something of theirs, and he's like, well, they've been working with Russia. I don't know.
Well, no, they never mentioned Russia.
He said they've been doing something with Russia. I remember that was
Zelensky. All Zelensky said is, we have credible evidence that they were going to attack us, so we preemptively attacked, and Iran shot back with, there will be retaliation. There hasn't been yet, but that was Zelensky's way of saying, well, Russia was the puppet master for Iran. I mean, it went nowhere. Yeah. Explain that one. And then they will, okay, so that didn't work. Let's throw some at Saudi Arabia and see if
Right.
we can get somebody's noise or
Right.
attention. I mean, I
Right.
see these gay people just going sparkling and getting nowhere.
Went there. Oh my God, you went there.
Yes, I did.
Oh,
I
jeez.
told you I'm in an odd mood
Oh my God.
because
Strap
these
in.
people
It's
are
going to be a
so
wild night.
flippin' obvious. Okay.
Oh, I can't wait for this. And by the way, Vanessa DC wins the comment award because when we were talking about our necks, she said, I resemble that remark, damn it.
Yeah, and all these guys went, oh no, too much estrogen for me tonight. See y'all later.
Right? Could be. Could be. Hopefully they'll hang in there with us. Hopefully they find us amusing.
For any other reason.
know,
We're too batshit crazy not to listen to.
Sadly, we're not adorable like Ash is. We can't
Yeah,
all be
no.
beautiful and stunning like Miss Ash.
Yeah, I'm not
Ah,
definitely not in the
I
Ash
know.
quality.
I know, right? She's so freaking pretty.
Oh,
But
you
that's
shut
all
up.
right.
You have no room to talk. You shut up.
Oh, I always felt silly next to Ash. She and I did Truth Blitz for, gosh, I don't know, 6 months. So freaking fun. But yeah.
Now you know. Welcome to my world.
I know what you're talking about.
Welcome to my world.
No
That's
idea
all
what
I'm
you're
saying.
talking about. All right. So
Ash is going to shut us both down if we're not careful.
That's true. That's true. We might
Okay,
get
let's
grounded.
get back to this guy because
All right.
mini Kim Jong-un just failed again a second time. I mean,
Right.
we got
And he's going to try for a tanker. And
Right.
I feel like we must be getting close to something because, and that's why I wanted to focus hard on Europe because
I think
Europe
all
is
it
having
is
all
a-
kinds of fucking problems right
Well,
now.
Europe, it's like, okay, US is really starting to put some shit out there. We got to keep everybody distracted.
Right.
Quick, cue the Muslims. Right?
Right. Like it is not, I've got all that. There's not one female in that entire, there's thousands of 18 to 30-year-old men
We've seen
that
this
have
movie
stormed
before.
the beaches.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah,
We've
that's
seen the
exactly
movie
right.
before.
We have
But
seen
it
the
just
movie
feels
before.
like that they're doing this to keep people. I mean, when I listen to um, them talking about the Fauci files, it reminds me of what they said about um, the WikiLeaks, that
Yeah.
it's illegal to look at these.
Right? Don't look.
and
That
don't
was
look.
Chris Cuomo. It's
Yeah.
illegal for you to look. You must
You want
instead
the only
watch
one.
us to curate.
You need us to tell you what's in
You
there.
need us to tell you what's in it.
And so they're
Fucking
doing that
douche.
again. They're gatekeeping again these Fauci files. So they're trying everything they can here. Over in Europe, they're going, well, shit, what do we do?
Right?
And then
We'll
you're getting
burn
all
some
this
stuff and release the foot soldiers, basically.
right.
I mean, that's literally what they've done. It's kind of sad, but
And I feel bad because they are striking fear into the
Yeah.
people, and I get
Yeah.
it.
They're going to hurt a lot of people in the
They're going to
process
hurt
of this.
people, and
They're going to hurt a
God
lot of
pray
them.
for them.
Indeed.
But forgive me, they're so friggin' lame. I can't help but laugh at them. I would be their first target, okay? Because I'd be
I know.
laughing at them.
Yeah. Yeah.
If
How
I'm not
they would
already.
pull
Wait a
in
minute, what's
Russia and
this?
China, World War III, how you can never
behave.
attack Iran. Everything we were ever taught that was fear-based, that was intimidating about Iran has turned out to be a lie our entire lives. And that continues to be apparent. Every single day we're in this. And the one thing it did, though, is it really pissed Trump off. And I think Trump has been trying to be nice to them. And he doesn't want the people to suffer.
That's true.
He has been constantly, even when we attacked, even when we ramped up, then we back off, we give a breather. We try to give a little way out because Trump knows that the people don't support this IRGC. As we covered yesterday, the IRGC is basically a financial unit that pays its military. It's a military built on money. It's not a nationalist unit. It's not a bunch of patriots for Iran serving
It's a
them.
money,
No, it's just a
money
bunch of
changer.
paid soldiers.
Right?
And they are funded by shadow
is.
banking from City of London. Yes.
And other
They're a
destinations.
proxy. And that's who's in control of Iran.
There's
Trump
multiples.
has been trying to give the people every opportunity to weed them out while weakening them.
Mhm.
And now he's pissed. He's pissed at these guys because they are so weak and pathetic. and they just won't accept it. They're going down with the ship. But here's the latest from Trump on this.
President Trump speaking to Fox just moments ago about the U.S.-Iran conflict. Trey Ying says the information.
This was a good interview.
Trey, what did the president tell you?
Yeah, guys, good morning. President Trump reacting to that Iranian attack on U.S. forces overnight in Jordan. President Trump tells Fox News about Iran, we are going to beat the effing S out of them. He went on to say, we'll be hitting them hard. They're going to get a beating. So clearly the United States is going to respond to what the president described as a surprise attack. He says U.S. forces had just minutes to shoot down these incoming Iranian ballistic missiles. The president says he has reviewed video of the shoot down, and it was U.S. forces conducting this operation to defend that area. He said it was real time. They were calling out coordinates and ensuring that none of this incoming Iranian fire got through.
President Trump speaking to
Beat
Fox.
the effing S out of them. Folks, what's coming next, I think, now Trump has the full go-ahead because now they've attacked us. They've attacked us now, unprovoked. We were in a quiet period, 3-4 days of quiet, and now they've attacked us. So now Trump has the full go-ahead to do everything he needs to do militaristically. Senate can't stop him now. We've been attacked. It's all out now. And what's interesting about this is, again, the timing. We're watching the deep state just falling apart. Iran is almost done. It's at the end stage. I mean, we have even UK, the base, City of London, the leaders of this whole globalist sphere calling the IRGC a terrorist organization now, which they never did before. That is the sign off. That is we have to let these go. They're on their own, but they're not going to stop because they don't know how to stop. These people, they know, like, once they lose power, they're never gaining it back because of where we're at, what Trump is doing in the sovereigntist globalist war we're in. He is building these borders so effectively, creating new alliances so effectively, peeling back the globalist tentacles so effectively that they will take decades to come back, even if the next president doesn't follow through, because this foundation is being so repealed. And again, the other part of it is the people are more awake now than ever, more awake than ever. We have more access to information than ever. To repeal, to undo what Trump is doing is going to take a very long time. And that's why their desperation is. That's why their heels are digging in. They cannot lose this. Iran is the key to the Middle East, keeping the destabilization. But as it's so important to recognize, the real war going on here that's effectively winning is not just the bombings. It's actually the financial war.
Bingo.
And here's a wonderful article just put out about how the blockade is winning. And this is Trump's blockade on Iran. Because now the U.S. and Saudi Arabia are carrying out publicly announced joint airstrikes. This is because of what happened the other night. Saudi Arabia is now joining us in striking Iran. That's a big deal. Saudi Arabia is truly the most powerful nation in the Middle East. They're the richest by far. And we haven't seen the full capabilities of their military, but they are strong. And if Trump working with Saudi Arabia, this means it's that much closer to Saudi Arabia joining the Abraham Accords, which will be the final nail in the coffin for sealing off the Middle East from globalist influence, is getting Saudi Arabia onto the Abraham Accords. But they're fighting now with Saudi Arabia, killing at least 20 fighters. Operation followed more than 80 drone attacks on U.S. forces and Saudi energy infrastructure over the past 72 hours, and came just hours after Iran fired ballistic missiles in Jordan at U.S. bases. Saudi Arabia putting its name on combat operations against Iran's proxy network changes the pressure on the Islamic regime in a way that another round of American strikes would not. For decades, Islamic regime built militia networks across Iraq, Syria, Lebanon, and Yemen, specifically to avoid facing a broad regional coalition willing to use force openly. The buffer's thinner than it's been in years. Coalition enforcing the blockade and degrading Iran's proxies is no longer solely American. This is important. We've been being told that we're in this alone, but it's not true. The Middle Eastern countries love what we're doing. They love what Trump is doing. They've tasted sovereignty.
Yep.
They've tasted had a glimpse of a different world for them, and they say yes. Iraq, Saudi Arabia, Qatar, UAE, they're all starting to join in on this. The airstrikes and missile exchanges dominated the news cycle. Blockade is inflicting a deeper wound. Iran entered the war with a collapsing economy. Iran's economy was deteriorating long before the first bomb dropped. Per capita income fallen from roughly 8,000 to about 5,000 in 2024. Nobody was talking about this. Now it makes even more sense why Trump struck when he did. Their economy was already significant, very weak. And I love it. Not only have we had a world of inflation, but their wages were down almost 50% in 12 years. Damn. The real halved between July 24 and March 25 and breached 1.45 million to the dollar on New Year's Eve. Food inflation climbed above 70% during 2025, all before the war.
Yep.
When the war started, the Islamic regime briefly benefited. It closed the strait while continuing to export its own crude, pushing oil above 90, at times beyond 100.
Stop for a second. Let me tell you something
described as the largest supply disruption in the history of global oil markets, but Trump...
I don't know. Do we actually want logical things? I mean, should we just decide whether we're doing that tonight?
First of all,
no. Okay.
Their oil exports didn't slow down, but their inflation skyrocketed.
Right.
Because they weren't using the money domestically. That's where all these illicit networks came in.
Yeah.
So remember, those illicit networks controlled 30 to 50% of the economy. So to keep their factions together in Iran,
to keep
they did an economic war on their own people.
God, the dumb fuckery.
And which is why a lot of they're trying to survive, but these illicit networks were involved in a major economic war on their own people, and it started actually in late 2024.
Okay.
So just pointing out that the economy was already starting to tank.
Yeah. They were ripe for...
Right.
They shouldn't
because they were putting all the money into their proxies. And the first thing we took out is their biggest one, which is Hamas, which tonight Trump says, hey, they're gone. And
I've got that too.
Hezbollah's almost gone, right?
Yep.
And then you've got the Houthis. You haven't
Cuba's
heard a whole lot from them.
Thread.
Right.
Venezuela's under thumb. Half of South America is working with us now.
Mm-hmm.
And Mexico is working with the CIA to clear out some of the cartels and the military intelligence.
Not just the CIA,
Yeah.
Yeah, as is Carney.
Mm-hmm.
Because as we crack down here, they went up to Canada, and he's like,
I know.
Maybe I should join this coalition.
He's fucked.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, it's like, dude, do you see what's going on in Spain? You can't control it, okay? I know y'all think you can, but you can't control it.
It's resistance is futile. Welcome aboard.
I know, right? Well, since we're paused, let me thank a couple of wonderful folk out here. So we have It's Me, Jen Hall, with a cookie. Love a good ladies' night. This is going to be fun. Thanks, girls. Sean Joe with another cookie. Mitchell, 27, with a can. And Spin City, good to see you out there, dear friend. He says 1 month diamond tier subscription, then a 1 month bronze tier subscription. Then he gifted another 1 month bronze tier subscription, then another one. He's just lost his mind out there. So people grab those subscriptions. And it's very good to see you, dear. I am Beanpole just claimed one of the bronze tier subscriptions, and Dondo just claimed one of them. So it looks like there's still a couple up for grabs over on Pilled. If anybody wants to run over there and grab some, please do so. All right, let's see, y'all. I think it's notable when they talk about City of London, that is one of the money changing hubs, and that is a center of things, but it's not the only one.
Actually, I think City of London, and that's where people need to go back and look.
Right.
Because
they
they've
don't
also
give the orders.
No.
Maybe at one time they did, but they are not now at all.
The shadow banking network got commandeered after 2012. I've shown you the proof of that. Yeah. And as much as they tried to hang on to it,
that was a fantastic dig.
Yeah. As much as they've tried to hang on to it, they're now using the other hubs, right? Because it's all offshore networks. So you got Hong Kong and Singapore and BVI.
They just shut down a bunch of it in Dubai. Jersey. When they talk about a shadow banking network, it's not just one location.
It's not in City of London.
It's in all the different regions. So like in
Right.
our region, famously, it was in the Virgin Islands, it was the Bahamas, it was Trinidad, it was all that kind of stuff. So every region has a hub. City of London wielded more power, and traditionally they always did, back to the East India Company.
I think the reason why people make it City of London or focus
Mhm.
because they used to control the interest rate,
And that's what I was getting at.
and they don't control that anymore.
No, they don't.
They're
I didn't realize
basically
it until
now
you
they're
showed
a
me, and I was
lease.
like, "Hot damn, they don't, do
Yeah,
they?"
they haven't controlled the interest rate
Mhm.
fully. I mean,
Mhm.
we completely transitioned in 23.
Mhm.
So knowing that, the only thing that you get out of City of London anymore is a street address because it gives you that legitimacy.
Mhm.
But it's all offshore networks, shadow networks, shell
Right.
companies. You know, it's all
Right.
that.
It's
And if
much
you
more
follow
complicated than just
right, and if you follow what
one.
OFAC's been
Yeah.
doing, you can see not a whole lot of them are in City of London, right?
No, they're not. They're all over the place.
Right. Hong
So,
Kong's been really popular.
yeah, and Shanghai's famous too.
hmm
Yeah.
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 Yeah. Poor Neville.
Yeah.
What's he gonna do now?
I know, right? That's where Neville lives. Neville Stingham. I saw some more subscriptions flying around over there. Thank you again, Spin City, for your generosity tonight. Much love, friend. Thank you. All right, well, let's hear some more.
Beat that quickly. Now their industrial base is gutted. International Monetary Fund projects Iran's economy will contract 6% this year, while inflation is at 69%. These are the official numbers. It means, honestly, it's probably much worse. Highest level since the 1979 revolution. Folks, that's not on accident. This is to make the people so miserable they take back their country.
Yeah.
Capital flight reached 27 billion during 25, roughly 7% of the country's economy, while foreign investment was just 1.6 billion. That is insane. Their auto manufacturing is down 47%, washing production down 42%, televisions down 36%, petrochemical output shrank 17%. Their oil output way down. Here, the target was the
17%
blockade
is a lot in the
itself.
grand
Iranian
scheme,
officials
though, is
tied
it?
to the IRGC aerospace force have repeatedly described maritime enforcement as existential threat to the regime. You want to know who's suffering? Listen to them. This is the truth, folks. This is why, like, don't listen to what they put out there. Their Lego videos, which Alex Jones is now, and Candace Owens are now celebrating, saying, like, look at how great this is. Let's hire their team. Man, those Iranians really know how to propagandize.
Did you see where Alex Jones is looking for Trump to get impeached?
This, and once you understand what Trump's doing,
he's lost
you
his fucking
understand
mind.
why all assets have been deployed, why the globalists are freaking out about this, why NATO is the first war they were not going to be a part of. And what it tells you is that Trump's knew exactly what the worst case scenario was for Iran, is doing it. Missile strikes sought to raise the cost of maintaining naval operation. Every interception consumes expensive air defense interceptors. Every attack forces additional force protection measures. Every escalation requires more intelligence assets, naval patrols, and coordination with regional partners. Islamic regime is betting those costs will eventually outweigh the political will to sustain the campaign. But Trump's already proven it hasn't. And by the way, the way Trump's fighting this war, because we haven't deployed troops, it's much less expensive than other military offensive have been.
That's true.
Much less expensive. And when you factor in the money we're making off selling the oil at the higher prices, what was it, 2 months ago we looked at what Scott Bessent said we'd made $25 billion off the war. The Trump administration knows what it's doing. First publicly announced U.S. and Saudi strikes against Iranian proxies pointing the opposite direction. Rather than narrowing the coalition and forcing pressure on the Islamic regime is expanding. Rather than narrowing, the coalition is expanding. Saudi Arabia has now publicly accepted the political and military costs of participating against Iran's proxy network inside Iraq. Trump saw little sign the campaign was nearing an end. Speaking to Fox News after missile attack, he said the U.S. would beat the effing S out of them and hit them hard. We're going to let them keep talking, he says. Iran's militias have demonstrated they're willing to strike Saudi energy
that's how
infrastructure.
who's
Whether that
Trump
pressure
is
intensifies is no
talking to,
longer a
right?
central question. More important variable is whether the coalition continues accepting the cost required to keep the blockade in place. And I believe it will. And I believe they're terrified of it, which is why they're sending out nonsense like this.
The Economist.
One of the number one globalist news sources.
Oh my God.
News magazines, I should say. Put this out today. Unless traffic through the Strait of Hormuz resumes soon, oil prices could top the 139 high of 2022.
Literally,
Oh
After
my
Russia
God.
made it and rise towards
for the city of
150
London
a
and all
barrel
the
by
proxies.
September, warns
Hilarious.
one expert.
Warned one expert.
Trust the experts, guys. Yeah, they've been saying this the whole flipping
You know who that
time.
expert is? Fauci.
Oil, even
Probably
with
the
this
blonde that
increased
was
pressure,
interviewing
even
Elon
with the increased
humiliating
strikes,
herself.
we are
Oh,
hovering
she
right
was
around
such an
80
idiot.
right
She
now.
was. She always is.
That's not going to
Pretentious
climb
bitch.
much higher,
Okay, you
guys.
gotta pause this. Do you know
It
what's
can't.
going
All
on? I'm pumping here. Do
okay.
you know what's going on? What
Yeah.
did they just pass a week ago?
Well, which thing?
Well, it passed in the House. It didn't make it to the Senate. That
Mhm.
non-binding stop Trump at all costs war powers.
Oh
thing.
yeah, yeah.
Okay,
It's never gonna make
So
it through.
now you've got Iran. You got Ukraine striking Iran. Iran
popping off.
striking U.S. interests.
Yes.
But now we have a legitimate reason, even though it was non-binding. But this puts people like the economists, the journalists, and it puts people in the Congress. What did they say now? Because we have to react. We have to do
Yes.
something. So he's literally shut them down. Go ahead, talk again. What do I need to be impeached over? Doing what?
There's
Because
where were.
we were attacked.
Oh hell yeah, we were.
Mm-hmm.
And by the way, thank you, S.
7
Jones, for
days ago.
rating on both platforms. Good to see you, Bean. Welcome in, friend.
Hey there.
Schumer passes gas. There's a lot of
saw that-
flatulation
I
issues
just-
right now in Congress.
A friend indeed, talking about passing gas. Okay, we got a raw crowd.
That suit's fine for tonight. You and I are just can't stop
Irony
laughing.
in that.
I don't even know if we're going to be able to, like, once Krista shows up, I'm literally not sure we're going to get through stuff. Like, we might just sit here and crack up. I don't know.
Yeah,
You know how
well,
Krista and I get.
Yes. And I'm not doing much better tonight.
I know.
Sorry. I will try to remain
Sean may
poised.
regret his choices when he called me.
Right.
He may be like, what was I
Yeah.
thinking?
I'm gonna tattle. I'm gonna say, Sean, your babysitters didn't work. I'm
Right. Yeah, it didn't quite work out.
No, it didn't.
All right, let's see if we can get through this, because this is where it goes into the rest of the problems of Europe.
Is getting its butt whooped. But there are signs of panic everywhere, not just in Iran, but with the globalists at large. Look at what's happening right now.
Here we go.
The globalists right now, there's wildfires happening everywhere. And as Alex Craner
We're
writes,
getting the smoke here in
panic
DC.
satanic oligarchy is literally setting the world on fire rather than yielding to the gathering changes of global order. Look at this. This is Canada,
It's so sad. It's such a beautiful
where these
country.
wildfires are starting to push through, and it's been proven they're already from vandalism. But
Convenient.
look at how
No
much it's
shit.
covering.
You don't
They
say.
let a bunch of migrants in.
Mhm.
all
that don't
Pacific
assimilate.
Northwest and Canada.
Here's what you get.
Here is what's happening. Interestingly enough, it's all, for the most part, in the
Well, we got the
Commonwealth
usual
of
fake
Canada,
fires in
which
California.
is all globalist controlled,
Right.
and in the left coast.
We're gonna burn out a
Other
few
than
more homes so
Idaho
we
and
get
Montana,
$50.
This is all, I guess Utah, but Utah is pretty establishment. But look at that.
You
Look
know,
at
they
the
won't
fires
care unless
everywhere.
it's Hollywood or
But that's just
Disneyland.
here, folks.
Right.
They
It's
won't care.
happening in Spain. Spain, one of the deepest left nations. Look at that. Coincidence is all
It isn't
happening
a
at
left
once.
nation. It's a socialist nation. Let's call
This
it
is
It's a
a
crazy
communist
stuff.
nation. Let's get real.
Are they willing to just burn it all down?
Yeah.
Tom Luongo writes they're literally in
France.
burn it to the ground mode. Here's France.
All in the same couple
Depuis le 6
days.
juillet dernier, un crime puni de 15 ans de réclusion criminelle. C'est ce qu'a
Not to mention all the churches they've been burning.
Yesterday,
in the last
French
week.
media reporting 162 arrests so far for starting fires. Huh. all at the same time, all globalist areas. Coincidence much? I don't think so. This is
and they're attacking the
obvious
Catholic churches.
Oh yeah.
Panic is setting in, guys. And the more they're pushed back, the crazier things will get in their areas. Because the one thing you should be heartened by in all this is that this isn't happening in the areas that are sovereign.
That's
not happening in
Poland's
most red
doing all right.
states.
So it's
definitely not happening in the South.
Hungary's doing all right.
Texas, Florida.
Part of Ireland's
This is
all
happening
right.
in their areas. And they are trying to use it to propagandize.
Russia's doing
climate
all right.
change. It's here. We're dying. This is desperation.
Yeah.
They don't have the money anymore for riots and protests. That's all dried up.
So they're just going to light
They
shit
don't
on
have
fire.
the money even for their own
They're gonna make
Democratic
it
Party.
peanut
As
dollars.
the DNC is in debt, leveraging their own headquarters
I'm just
to
going
take
to
on
say
loans.
this. My tax money is not going to rebuild
It's all
this shit.
being pushed back.
No.
I agree.
Trump taking troops out of NATO, putting the pressure to end Ukraine war, ending Iran. We're going to see more and more of this as they run out of
Notre Dame.
options. And so burn it down.
I agree.
Get crazy.
Commie
is
gonna
nuts.
commie.
But it's what they do.
I need
It's what they
shirts
do.
made.
Because things are getting so bad, the people are starting to wake up. In France now,
What's taking them so
they're
damn
at
long?
the point they're actually
That's
shutting
what I
down
was saying
radical
yesterday.
mosques calling for the killing of infidels. This is in
Sorry.
France. They're
the
finally
hell?
starting to
Finally in the
take
mosque, they're
care of
going to be
their
like,
people just a
maybe
little
it's
bit.
too harsh.
But it's the
Maybe.
beginning of something, right?
That's not racist.
It's the beginning of something.
To not allow someone to
We'll
talk
see if it
about killing
continues.
your
If the
citizens,
people rise
that doesn't
up,
make you racist.
They can take
That
it
makes
back.
you smart.
That's what we're doing here in the States. We are rising up. We chose a leader to fight back, and he's doing so. And as he's doing so, the globalists are panicking. Seeing this more and more. Cynical Publius wrote this as a sober reminder of where we're at.
I like that account.
It says most Americans have no idea how close
Pretty
we were to
based.
losing our country via losing our military. The hard power. Because if you have the hard power, the soft power ultimately can't win. DEI is a variation on Marxism where immutable characteristics like race or gender substitute for economic class and dividing a society.
Right.
DEI had become so deeply entrenched in the senior ranks of our military that it become our core competency. Orders of magnitude more important than fighting and winning wars. We didn't need Soviet-style commissars because the senior uniformed leaders had so thoroughly inculcated the corrupt ethics of DEI, they were on sort of a neo-Marxist autopilot. Fabian Society. This was the Fabian takeover.
Yeah.
Attempted takeover our military,
Trotsky.
but we stopped it.
Yep.
24 election saved
All
us
the
in the
above.
nick of time, almost to the point where it feels like divine intervention. It doesn't feel like it, folks. It was. It was. God saved us. And again, timing is not, we weren't ready when Trump took his first term. We weren't ready.
Actually, I
That's why
disagree
we
with
needed
everybody
the 4
saying
more years
that.
to be reminded how
I think
bad
the
it could
first term
be.
mattered greatly.
And that's what
Yeah.
woke us up
no,
enough
it did,
to
but
take
the,
it back,
The
to
population
give Trump
wasn't awake.
a more
to
MAGA
the
I agree,
Congress,
but they
not
did a
all the way
lot of
there,
work
but a little bit
getting ready
more,
for now.
Yeah. Oh,
to
yeah.
give
no,
him
no,
full
totally.
control, more people that would serve him well in his administration. And look at how much more is getting done this time around. It was divine. We were given a break.
Yeah.
God gave us an opportunity to take our nation back. And now the question is, what do we do going forward? What do we do now and going forward? Do we let it go? Do we say, oh, thanks for nothing. We're going to just, move on. we're going to just assume that this is, going to last even if we don't get involved. Or are we going to make sure it lasts?
I know.
The
I love
institutional
it.
I
resistance
love
you
that.
see daily from unnamed sources close to defense establishment are the desperate death throes of men and women who know they're losing the battle America elected Trump to fight. And it's true. They're losing. That's why the fires. That's why propaganda like this nonsense. That's why they do it.
It says one.
Every anonymously sourced report you ever encounter regarding America's military must be understood through this prism. And it's true.
Yeah.
Oh, we're running out of ammo.
Are
Yeah,
we?
if you believe that, I don't know what to tell you.
No.
And while all this is going on, the Trump team just put this out.
That
Unfortunately,
is
I
such
can't
a
play the music
fantastic video.
because
I have it. I can play it. That's kind of the end of his commentary. I'll Okay, so I'm just gonna let you know, Krista and I have a running joke. I have a gift for pausing things on the most inappropriate facial expressions,
Like
and
that one?
I do it across the board. I don't even do it intentionally. It's just a gift from God. It happens every time. Even when we pause it, like to make a comment, it's always on something like this.
Yeah, this one looks like he's sort of twisted. So go ahead. And this guy's a pretty cool guy.
He's a wonderful
you
one.
should be
I like
ashamed
him.
of yourself in positioning him in such a rude.
I didn't do it on purpose. It just happens. I've done it across
Okay,
the
now
board on
look
stuff.
at that. No. You can slide your scroll bar just a hair.
I didn't realize it until I clicked over that I'd done it. Because now when
You're
I
so
open
sad.
up YouTube, there's like a little video, and I'm always so focused on hitting skip, and then I immediately jump over and hit pause. I don't pay attention to what I pause the facial.
How do you not
I just
see
hit
that
pause.
look?
I don't know. I'm blonde. What do I know?
He looks. She said it. She said it. I didn't say it. She said it.
I can say it now. I used to have dark hair. Now it's blonde.
And you got rid of the
I
red.
can make excuses.
Okay.
See, it works. I make it work for me.
How deep do those roots go?
Well, in the front, pretty deep. In the back, it's still dark. It's just doing its own thing now. I'm not doing it on purpose. Like it's changing colors and doing its own prismatic thing. Let's see.
Prismatic. Okay.
I just throw words out there. It's fun. Watch it. You behave, or I'll do it when you take a sip of water.
Yeah, and I realized as I was doing it, make this one quick before it comes out of your nose.
It is a hazard of doing shows with me.
I'm moving, just so you know, I'm moving my keyboard well away from me. How's that?
Aw,
yeah,
that's no fun.
No, because you don't want to pay for this keyboard.
We are doing a crowd fund for Christa's, just to remind the audience. You can donate to her because she does break her keyboard. She's on her third one so far this year. It's only month 7. So she's on her third one. I kid you not. She breaks them.
I'm actually kind of surprised. I've had this keyboard a whole year.
Honey, I've nicknamed her Thunder Keys.
Thunder Keys. You got to get her a clicky keyboard like I'm using. It'll make her feel like she's Thunder Keys because it makes noise.
I think she's just angry, and she's just, I think it's a thing. She's so adorable. All right. We have to enjoy Christa Loves David's comment. And thank you for the cookie, good. Sweetheart. We need to all make these posts and tag Trump on Truth and see if we can get him to do this, because it's brilliant. She says, I hope Trump buys the DNC headquarters in DC and makes it a public cigar lounge and restaurant run by veterans.
Isn't that like the ultimate?
I think there needs to be a shooting range in the basement to just make it the perfect fuck you
with a sound system. Outside on the street, so everybody hears the gunshots, right?
Oh, that'd be awesome. You can have Ness and Dura playing all the time in there.
I got something to say about Ness and Dura. Did you see what Transportation put out?
I played it. That was one of the last things I played earlier
I'm
on
like,
the show this morning.
Okay.
I know. And she was like, why did he play that? I was like, because they're splintering the deep
Dulles?
state.
Yeah.
Dulles was the creator of the deep state. He really is. He's the archetype and the creator.
And I've been telling people for years, every time they mention Dulles Airport, I always see it as a thumb in the eye.
Absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely.
So I'm hoping.
They're going to rename it Trump. They are.
Well, they've already named Trump International down in Florida, so I doubt it.
I don't know. I think he'll be like, we'll name it Trumpy 2.
Trumpy 2.
Maybe we'll name it Melania. You never know with him.
There you go. We could do that.
We could name it Melania.
Or we could really troll the hell out of them. Call it Vance.
Yes, Vance Airport. Or Rubio. Rubio would be good too.
Rubio, Vance.
I'll take any of them. Besides, I don't even care. Tulsi. Name it Tulsi. I don't care.
She's gone even.
Fuck yeah. Let's name it that.
Just name it one of the people.
She is the first female DNI person. So, that deserves an airport. According to the left, that deserves it. She's technically a woman of color, and she's the first ever of her field. So I think she needs an airport.
Yeah, that's a
should
good
lobby for
idea.
that.
No,
I mean, what are they going to say?
they can't, and that's what's funny about it.
They're just mad
And
they didn't think of it.
just for the hell of it, we should have a pond in the middle of it with that blue rubber paint.
Oh,
I mean, they should call me. I want you to design this airport.
right. I don't know. The mock-up looked pretty bitchin'.
Yeah,
I was
well,
like, and our capital should have the most bitchin' airport out of the country.
well, let me
Truthfully,
point
it really
something out
should.
to you, because my husband and I have been sitting here going, "What the hell?" Because there were many multi-billions of dollars worth of projects at Dulles Airport that next month,
I'm sure.
September, the new Concourse E is opening up in September.
Okay.
They're getting rid of the people movers, putting in the trams.
I saw that. Yeah.
So they are doing some things, but they've been upgrading this airport for several years. So there was another message, and then I saw what transportation put out, and I went, "Well, holy shit." These people are my kind of people, okay? To put out that beautiful rendition with Nessim Dorma, I'm still laughing about that.
I know. I'll find it and we'll play it. I've
Yeah, I
got it
sent
on
it to you.
X.
All I did was say,
I know, right? I thought that was pretty for anybody that knows the history and studying of the CIA. Like Dulles is the architect of the DC.
Yeah, so there's more to the story. It's not just a bitch
he and his
remodel,
brother created
right?
it. They are the archetypes of Operation Paperclip, all the Nazi crap, all the MK Ultra, all the shit that you hate.
So I went looking to see if they're using a lot of glass at Dulles Airport, because that would be just the ultimate. Smash it into 1,000 pieces, toss it to the wind. Because I'm just saying, this to me seems the most symbolic thing you could do right now is to do that.
Yeah. I'll pull that clip here in a few minutes, guys, and we'll enjoy that again. So, okay. Apologies to the very kind Matt Morris for me pausing on this facial expression and then leaving it up. Apologies, Matt.
All they had to do was listen to Trump. Let me go ahead and ask all of you folks a question. What
all right.
Do you think happens when you give hundreds of thousands, perhaps even millions of third world illegal aliens amnesty? Do you think that's the end of it? Do you think that solves the immigration problem? Do you think that your society gets better or safer or more prosperous? No.
Stop. Rhea over on Rumble says Pulte Airport. They're voting to name it after your boyfriend.
I vote.
I knew that would get you.
I want. Yes. Too excited? Okay, I'll calm down.
Of course not. Absolutely not. Really, here's what they don't want you to know. Amnesty for illegal aliens is really just the first step towards complete and total civilizational collapse. Something that over in Europe, they have just found out the hard way, in Spain specifically. In fact, you know what? To really set the table here, why don't we go through some very recent history to put everything into context here. Folks, take a look at this report from just 10 days ago.
How much more do you need?
1.2 million illegal aliens applied for legal status under Pedro Sanchez's new regularization program. More than double the government's expected 500,000. Now, Pedro Sanchez is the prime minister, president, whatever, of Spain, and he is a very far left. They call him a socialist. Really, frankly, he's a communist. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
Immigration officials now warn that family reunification could eventually bring up to 3 million additional third world relatives into Spain, claiming that each successful applicant could later sponsor several family members.
Right.
We see the same thing over here in the United States of America. Applicants had to show that they were in Spain before January 1st, 2026, that they had lived there continuously for at least 5 months prior and had no criminal record. Those approved will receive a 1-year residence and work permit. This is amnesty in Spain is what they passed. And now they've got 1.2 million illegal aliens given amnesty. Really, they're never going to leave, and they're going to bring their family in as well.
Yep.
Sanchez says the amnesty is an act of justice that will support economic
I'm surprised
growth.
he doesn't know who Sanchez
Spain's
is.
opposition parties, PP
We'll
and
talk about it
Vox,
in a second.
argue it will encourage further illegal immigration. Well, ladies and gentlemen, like I said, this report here is from 10 days ago. Just to kind of give you the background here. You know what we saw today?
Mm-hmm.
We saw mass illegal immigration into Spain. This is footage from this morning in Spain.
No
Take a look
women.
at this.
No children.
Tens of thousands illegal aliens, specifically from Morocco, well, through Morocco, probably from all over Africa and the Middle East, came this morning flooding into Spain. Tens of thousands of them. Total chaos. This is an invasion. And we have a lot of clips here, literally storming the beaches as if it were Normandy on D-Day. We have another clip here. They're just taking over. And the reason why is because Communist Prime Minister Pedro Sanchez, not too long ago, gave amnesty. They said, okay, well, that means we've got the green light. Now everybody's coming in. They're not even trying to deport them. They're giving them amnesty. Well, I'm sure many of you have read the infamous children's book called If You Give a Mouse a Cookie. If you give a mouse a cookie, then he asks for a napkin.
Mm-hmm.
Then he asks for a glass of milk. Then he asks for a straw. Then da-da-da-da-da-da-da. You've all read the book. If you give an illegal alien amnesty, then you have 10 million more illegal aliens flooding into the country, and they all want amnesty as well. Then they want to bring in their grandma and their sister and their brother and their uncle and their 10 cousins. This is what happens. Like I said, amnesty, very topical, timely these days. Amnesty is a Trojan horse. You let them into the gates, then they open up the gates from the inside, and boom, before you know it, your country is a third world hellhole. And we have seen this take place time and time and time again. Don't believe me?
Yep.
Take a look. Here's another video. They literally opened the gates.
Yep.
They opened the gates. They stormed the country. Tens of thousands of these third world. And you notice something here.
All young men.
You see any women? You see any women or
Yep.
children? No, it's all young military age men.
That's an army.
Literally, not a single woman, baby, child in sight.
Nope.
Young military age men, many of whom will go on to be terrible criminals, butchering and pillaging their way across all of Europe. Because, by the way, they know that if they can make their way into Spain, if they can get amnesty in Spain, then really they can do whatever they want into Europe. Spain is part of the European Union. Okay, this is a free travel zone. If you're in Spain, you can walk, take a bus, take a train up into Portugal, up into France, up into Germany. You can go anywhere you want, and they know that. Okay, that's what's going on here. Now, Pedro Sanchez, communist Prime Minister of Spain, he chimes in. He says this, Presidente, my apologies. He says, in response, as all of this is happening, the government of Spain is fully committed to providing an immediate response to the situation in Ceuta. That's the name of the town. We are mobilizing all necessary resources, working with Moroccan and international authorities, and preparing the necessary measures to restore normalcy as soon as possible. I just conveyed this to the president of Morocco. This is the moment to build solutions with responsibility and cooperation. Folks, as far as he considers, the solution here is amnesty. The solution is subsidizing them with Spanish taxpayer dollars. That is what do you think he's going to round these people up and deport them? No. In fact, we got the confirmation. Take a look at this. Sanchez's government does not consider the invasion of Ceuta a national emergency. The Interior Ministry said it will protect border integrity, but cannot declare a formal national emergency solely over migration.
The town is
As a
begging
result,
for help.
Ceuta's local authorities cannot access special emergency funds or deploy the army. The ministry insists on using only standard police reinforcements and regular legal procedures. Now, fun fact.
You think the
What is the
police are going to be
size
able
of
to help them?
Cuetas, little Spanish town? What is the size of their local police force? How many police
Exactly.
officers do they have to work with here?
Probably
well, the answer is
20.
about 150. They've
Okay.
got 150 police officers,
Versus
and that's on rotation.
5,000.
I don't know,
I
maybe
hate to
50 are
say
active
this,
at any one time.
and please
So
please slow that
let's
down.
say they were able to have
Here,
all their
hang on.
Because I just went and checked the facts to be sure.
Mm.
Okay.
Okay.
First of all, Sanchez, his mentor is Zapatero. Okay.
Explain
And
to people who that is.
Zapatero he's the former prime minister of Spain.
Right.
Okay. Zapatero is a mega money person, because he had a lot of grift when he was in office.
Right.
He's the guy that pretty much has been allowing Cuba to get away with what they've been doing.
Mhm.
Sanchez considered Zapatero his mentor. The Cuba
Mhm.
report that Rubio
Mhm.
just put out
Mhm.
specifically talks about Sanchez and his Marxism.
Yep.
In fact, he says a lot of things about him in there. So what the issue is in Spain is any of the migrants that were there as of January 1st of 26 were given amnesty. So there was a number of people given amnesty. But there was a Supreme Court ruling in Spain that said that if they were trying to cross by sea, you cannot send them back. That's why they're coming in through the beach. Okay. So it's more the Supreme Court ruling. Sanchez is a very hard and fast communist, as was Zapatero,
Big time.
which means their court system is completely corrupted now.
And they're
And what's
disarmed. The public has no
has no
weapons.
arms. And what's really sad is they have a monarchy there, but the monarchy's been completely nullified.
Yep.
They're
the
not
communists
allowed
took over.
not allowed to say anything, do anything. He just sits
Mm-mm.
there and sits in his chair with his crown, and that's it. They're the monarchy's not allowed to do anything. I don't know how long that lasts because, like the British, the Spaniards love their monarchy.
Right.
So I'm
But
hoping there's something that comes out of that.
yeah.
But what's going on there is an intentional takeover, and you're
Mhm.
seeing it's not just Sanchez.
Mhm.
This is across the government, their parliament,
Yeah.
the courts.
They've been embedded there for decades.
They've been
now.
embedded in there for a very long time.
Yeah.
But he is right about the other thing, because now you got a great staging area
Mm-hmm.
with the Iberian Peninsula, right?
Mhm.
They can get into France, which is already starting to suffer,
Oh gosh.
and they can easily get up into the British Isles, which is already suffering. And
Yep.
you can see, and obviously Italy, it's right there. So you can see why these neighboring countries are going, I got a problem brewing.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
and I think that's why you're seeing um, now members of NATO saying, yeah, we need to fight with the Americans. I
Yeah.
think that's why you're seeing that, because now there is a direct threat on their doorstep.
Yeah. And it's not Russia.
No,
It's literally when I think of the globalists, I think of the people behind the EU
right.
people that are facing it. Because I mean,
Well,
power
let's
people are
look
always
at
in the
this.
shadows. It's never the people
But
in front
Neville
of you.
Royce Singham,
Yeah.
um,
Good example.
Hansborg Weiss,
Yes.
people like Zapatero, who's pretty much nullified now. He just got raided. But even
Mhm.
the French branch of the Rothschilds, who were also raided over the
Yeah.
Epstein stuff,
Yeah.
you've got all these groups that
Mhm.
are what I would consider these globalists, right?
Yep.
It's purely for power and control.
Yep.
So we can look at the city of Brussels and we can look at the city of London.
Yeah.
We can look at the sticky power and the shadow banking.
Mhm.
Please keep in mind, it's not that they're the orchestrators,
Mhm.
they were the enablers,
Yeah.
right? So the city of London thought, well, we can work with them as long as we can keep the old world order. Shadow
Mhm.
banking system, well, as long as they're doing this, we're getting money off the top. And so as that eroded, they
Right.
became pretty much impotent. And now they're sitting there going, well, the EU's at risk here. What do we do now? Because we're winning, they're not. And as people saddle up with the United States as far as public policy,
Mhm.
it puts these systems at risk. So they have no choice but to pivot, which we're watching. They're
Mm.
starting to do the sanctions. They're starting to step in and
Mhm.
actually support us in the active war.
Yeah.
But what's funny,
this is going to push them. It's going to really
well,
push
and
the
I'm not
citizens.
seeing what I expected to see with Ukraine. That's the funny.
Okay.
I expected them to start slowing down with Ukraine. And no, they're still, I mean, Lindsey Graham is pushing for more sanctions against Russia, and and everybody's like, yeah, Thune says, yeah, we're going to take that on. But they're still supporting, and I'm really curious as to how far that little canard can go, because it's a money laundering pit.
Oh yeah.
I'm just really curious about that one.
Yeah.
But they're not in to these terrorist attacks on their soil again. Well, they can't. The people are so pissed. They got to do something.
Well, the people are, there's going to be a lot of civilians that are about to get really fucking hurt. I'm going to show you some images from the latest we have from tonight, and they are disturbing. They're very disturbing.
I can hardly wait.
I know.
Should we have put a rated R on this?
No, it's not quite that bad yet.
Okay, thank you.
Probably by tomorrow. I mean, honestly, probably by tomorrow. We have 65 red pills, and how many do we have? How many thumbs up do we have? We have 210 watching, but only 70 thumbs up. Folks, do us a favor, hit the likes, thumbs up. Please help us out with that. And if you're over on X, do post it. It helps us quite a bit with the algorithms. If you don't mind, we really, really appreciate it. Thank y'all.
Police officers out on the streets right now today trying to get these people out or arrest them or whatever. Folks, we're talking tens of thousands.
And where are you
This is an invasion force
you're going
from
to arrest
the
them
third
and put them
world
where?
of tens of thousands. And the local police have been denied support from the military, from the army. Sorry, hey, this actually isn't a national emergency. Good luck. Good luck is what they were told by Spain's federal government. Now, the Spanish opposition leader, his name is Santi Abascal, on Twitter is his name. He says this. These people, this is him. He says, these people are not fleeing from war or poverty. No, this is an invasion. They are military-aged men invited by Pedro Sanchez's corrupt government to storm our borders so they can then roam Spain's streets shouting, "Viva Pedro Sanchez!" That's curious. Pause. What he's saying is that Pedro Sanchez is importing voters from the third world. Does that sound familiar? Have we seen something similar here in the United States? It's almost like this anti-Western civilizational globalist agenda is the same. They employ the same tactics everywhere they pop up, in the U.S., in Spain, or otherwise. He goes on to say, for every crime in Spain, there is a direct culprit. The mafia boss desperately calling in more hitmen to stay in power. So he's calling communist, corrupt Pedro Sanchez a mafia boss who's calling in backup from the third world, a bunch of illegal aliens, at which point he gives them amnesty.
I mean,
and you know what?
Cartel.
His name is Santi Abascal. Good man. He is absolutely right about all of that. 100% on the nose. President Trump chimes in today. Literally, he says that Europe is being invaded by immigrants. Is Trump right about that?
Yes.
Well, of course he is. Of course he is. Same damn thing happened here in the United States. Thank God we're turning that situation
we had the
around.
Same images.
We got a statement from the White House today on African migrants overrunning the Spanish border in Ceuta, where Spanish authorities say the border has completely and totally collapsed. There is no border. That's coming from the Spanish authorities in town.
I mean, shocker.
Statement from the White House says this. President Trump has long warned Europe what would happen if they continue to implement far-left globalist policies, including enabling mass migration. Spain and other countries who have adopted this destructive philosophy should immediately reverse course or risk their own demise. Folks, what Spain is doing here, what much of Europe is doing, can only be described as civilizational suicide. Right. Seriously, they are at risk of losing their civilization. J.D. Vance said as much, very astutely, about a year ago, actually, one of my favorite J.D. Vance clips, a year ago. Take a listen to what he said.
And I'm not, yes, the Europeans annoy me sometimes, and yes, I disagree with them on certain issues, but we have to remember that is the cradle of Western civilization. The entire idea of Christian civilization that led to the founding of the United States of America, that was formed in Europe. The cultural bonds, the religious bonds, these things are going to last beyond political disagreements, but I think that Europe, and frankly, I would have said this about America a year ago, but Europe is at risk, I think, of engaging in civilizational suicide.
Yeah.
They are unable to or unwilling, too many countries, to control their borders. You see them starting to push back against that, and good, that's a good thing. You see them starting to limit the free speech of their own citizens, even as those citizens are protesting against things like the border invasion that got Donald Trump and a number of European leaders elected. So look, I want Europe to thrive. I want them to be an important ally. Part of that is going to be Europe respecting its own people, respecting its own sovereignty, and America can't do that job for them. If you have a country like Germany, where you have another few million immigrants come in from countries that are totally culturally incompatible with Germany, then it doesn't matter what I think about Europe. Germany will have killed itself, and I hope they don't do that, because I love Germany and I want Germany to thrive.
And in this case, we're talking about Spain. And by the way, we should have over here in the United States, we should have no animosity towards Spain at all. I wanted just a little historical reminder here. The reason why the entirety of Latin America is Christian right now is because when Spain showed up, they took all the gold from the insane, psychotic Aztecs, brought it back, and then sent back over. They've sent a bunch of Christian missionaries and built cathedrals all over the damn place. So there's listen, we've got a good history. We like them.
It's pinned on my
They've generally been a force for good. It's terrible to see what's going on in Spain right now. Now, I want to say something, perhaps something a little bit controversial. I need to actually call out some of my fellow Americans. We've got images right here. The beaches of Spain today. It's an invasionary force. Look at this. I'm going to have this up on the screen right here while I talk about this, just to have the visual. I've been seeing all this morning a lot of Americans talk about how they would just mow all of these invaders down with a Gatling gun or something, courtesy of the Second Amendment. I've been seeing Americans this morning saying, well, this would never happen here in America, sort of mocking or ridiculing Spain. And I'm thinking to myself, has everyone just forgotten how this exact situation literally just played out along our own southern border for 4 straight years unencumbered during the Joe Biden auto pen administration? Has everybody forgot about that? In fact, that would literally still be happening right this very moment had Trump not won the recent 2024 presidential election. Our border would still be open. It would look just like this if not for Trump winning that election. So, folks, the takeaway from watching all of these videos coming out of Spain this morning should be this: the far left must be crushed, permanently defeated at the ballot box. The far left, the Democrats in this case, in this country, must never be allowed to regain control of this country, or any country for that matter, prayers to Spain, ever again. You can see the same level of catastrophe every single country they find themselves in the leadership of, whether it be the US or Canada or Spain or Germany. The same damn thing happens over and over again. We can never let these people regain control of any country, let alone ours. And once again here, controversially, as much as people like to pretend to be Billy Badass toting their AR-15 on the internet saying, well, it would never happen here.
It did.
Guess what? It did. And nobody did anything other than Trump. He's the one that shut the border down. Pretending to be a tough guy badass on the internet doesn't do anything. The real takeaway here is politically crushing these people, that is the far left, in this case the Democrats, is really, frankly, the only viable solution. That is the only way that we will stop these third world hordes and their far left puppeteers from destroying our country. We've got midterms here in 96 days, something like that. We need to vote. Let these videos coming out of Spain be a reminder. You need to vote, like this fate of the country depends on it, because it literally does.
Well said, Matt. Well said.
So, they've got a problem, right? I'll get my camera back on. You know, they got a problem. They've got
There
the
you
Supreme
are.
Court. Yeah, I stepped away for a second. They got the Supreme Court who said if they swim in, you can't stop them.
Right.
So the
So
only
what
other
are the locals? What are the cops? I mean,
well,
beyond the fact that
they
they're
asked
ridiculously outnumbered.
they asked the communist in charge, Sanchez, to declare a
Mm-hmm.
national emergency. He says we can't.
Right.
Okay, so he's calling on all the local authorities to step up, and they're saying we can't.
Right. Legally, they
Okay,
can't. They arrived
so
in. That's again. It's not an organic or an oopsie. This is a
here's where it
highly
gets interesting.
organized
Here's
thing.
where it gets. Think about this. What is the next solution? NATO.
Yeah.
And right now, Spain and NATO are kind of not happy with each other.
That's right, because NATO's not paying their bills, and Trump's been up their ass
So
about
Spain isn't
Spain's
paying.
Spain is the biggest deadweight of all of them
Right.
because
So
commie
they're
gonna
not.
commie.
So NATO is really a solution, but NATO's kind of upset with them. Can you imagine a situation where NATO says yes, but and comes up with a condition? You know, there's a reason why Trump keeps talking to the head of NATO.
Yeah. Who overall seems to be pretty receptive.
Yes, and it seems to me like they're looking at all possible avenues
Right.
to deal with this because Sanchez, you can blame Sanchez in part, but their own Supreme Court is the other part of this.
It's one of those things. If you remove him, it's not going to solve the problem
because they've got a court that's saying you got to let it happen.
Yeah.
And when you got local authorities that are overwhelmed, that's an insurrection. They don't have our law, right?
Right.
So NATO, to preserve the European Union, because that's what that becomes, right? When you see them going into France, Italy, the British Isles, you're now looking at an invasion into Europe by way of Spain.
So this is now explosions in Melilla, Spain. So they're just moving throughout Spain. Melilla. They're roving. Okay.
Yeah, they've already started.
They chose the Halloween theme. That's kind of ironic. But they're just roving everywhere. And there's the fires. What the heck is that? All right, I got more.
So I need to get in touch with my exchange students from there.
Yeah, you need to check on them.
Earlier,
just hordes.
I see this as drawing Europe into a war.
Yeah.
I really do. I see that where this is going.
This is going to get ugly.
You can't tell me there isn't a strategy behind this. Right? There's obviously they're leveraging or exploiting the weakness in Spain's own BS.
Yep.
And you saw where Trump, because of the birthright citizenship, he's saying we're going to ask for a review because of the signs that popped up.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So I'm curious as to where they go with this. But Sanchez, who can declare a national emergency, is saying we can't.
Yeah.
And it's like your reasons are lame.
Right. Well, commie gonna commie.
Well, yeah, commie gonna commies for sure. But he's saying that he's looking at mobilizing the local police.
You can't.
How do you do that when you got an army invading your country?
Look at this. They're just busting into places. They're starting to pillage.
Yes.
They're going to take over territory, buildings, and they're going to set up encampments. God help the locals that live in the building.
Tell me that's not coordinated.
You remember Colorado? You remember when Tren de Aragua took over all the apartments and they took over multiple complexes?
Oh, I'm sorry. We need to shut up because Ragged.
Hmm?
Why doesn't Channel put on a clip and then talk over it every time?
Oh, well.
Because it's just a clip of people running into a building. We didn't think you needed to hear that. Sorry.
They're not saying anything important. They're just going in a building.
They're just going into a building. But it's obviously a coordinated effort. It's obvious that it is.
I'm sure this has nothing to do with it.
Now I am shocked, I tell you. I'm totally shocked.
So here's their president.
Uh-huh.
And little Soros. I'm
Yeah.
sure it's fine.
Everything it's gonna be okay. Yeah, nothing to see here.
Nothing to see here. Rumble rant from Ann Boyer, $20. Thank you, Ann. Thank you. Who would have thought that this would occur so quickly? But we hate commies. Always remind them. I know. Yeah. You know what I learned today? Because I've been working my way through The Naked Communist. Fantastic.
Yeah, that's
book.
a really good book. That's a really good book.
So I learned today when Lenin was forming his party to, overthrow Russia and begin the whole Marxist evolution. Do you know what his party was? Anyone out there? You'll love it. Democratic Socialists.
Oh yes.
That's what he named him.
I was
that
sitting
was
here
Lenin's
going,
party.
was it Democratic Socialist Party. DSP.
That was Lenin's party.
Mm-hmm.
Commie gonna commie.
Mm-hmm.
Just saying.
Forgive me, I'm gonna pull out the religious. The Holy Mother said in 1917, Russia will spread her ills. And here we are.
Mm-hmm. While we're paused, let me grab some gold pills action in here. Let's see here. Christa loves Davis. Thank you for the cookie. Absolutely, 100%. Not sure what we were saying at that point, but appreciate you agreeing with us.
Whatever it was. Right?
Whatever it was, thank you for your support, darling. In our snarky shit tonight.
We'll take that. We'll take that.
We'll take it and be grateful. Mitchell DM 27. Thank you for the can. I've got shitty little keys because too many types. All right. It's probably when I was teasing about Christa with her thunder keys, which is a true thing. It is. Curious Cat, thank you so much for that cookie. And then Catherine B swung in there with a ship.
Wow.
She says, love ladies night. August is rolling in and it's fixing to be hot, hot, hot. Let's go. I'm ready. You ready?
I am.
I
know I am.
Ready.
I'm more than ready.
Oh my God. We are so ready to see this movie. I feel like we're trapped in like the longest television series. I mean, if television series, you like it? The more tired I get or the later it gets, my accent comes out. My ability to control it wanes. So
as one of my members in my chat rooms used to say all the time, tell-a-vision. Right?
So true.
Yeah, we are telling a vision here. I think, and they're always thinking the long game, right?
Mm-hmm.
Their goal is to wait out Trump and then hammer us.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And what better way than to get Europe ripe so that we're kind of left out there alone? So we are at that precipice type of moment.
Mm-hmm.
But, I was saying earlier, I don't think Trump was caught with his pants down in his first term. He knew what he was coming into. He told us that, the video that would get Trump elected.
Mm-hmm.
He knew what he was coming into. I think what they did was they developed their blueprint.
Mm-hmm.
And then during Biden, they refined that blueprint by watching exactly what the deep state was doing with that auto pen. He came in on the very first day with all those executive orders that literally punched at the state, put a stake in the heart of the deep state. So, and then with all the tariffs going after the unfair trade practices, which a lot of people still don't understand what that was all about. But all of the tools they used to suppress the U.S., he put into place
the
counter to those within the first week of his second term.
Yes.
You don't do that because your pants were down the first term. Do you see what I'm saying? You've prepared a lot of things. There were a number of court cases that were they had a number of court cases during the interim, during the Biden years, that kind of set the stage for this.
Yeah.
And it's great to watch that we're winning. The problem is, and this is where reality strikes, there are going to be good people that got caught up in this. I do think there are going to be people that are hurt.
Yeah,
and that I pray heavily about that.
This account is saying Morocco didn't send 40,000 of its own people into Sintra and how do you say it? Melilla. All at once with no food, no shelter, and a bunch of them don't even have clothing.
Right.
So where are they going to get it? You think they're just going to go and kick a door down and acquire it?
Keep in mind that in Libya, you have some of the world's largest terrorist training camps.
Yep.
You've got all of these activities going on in Central and South Africa to get rid of the ISIS strongholds. Who do you think are these people that are out? They're pushing them up.
Yep. They're pushing them up. They've trained them up. They've done, I don't know, maybe they'll stop killing the Christians in the Nigeria area.
No,
I know we've been doing that. I know Somali pirates I saw were back in play, but I know we've been bombing and doing some stuff on the outskirts of that. Like we've been covertly doing stuff all over Africa during while everybody's focused on Iran.
Yeah, we've had at the request of the countries.
Yes, they've been asking for help, and we've been giving it.
We've been giving them. In 2025 we did over 1,000 sorties in Africa. So, and I don't know what the numbers, I haven't looked it up recently, but we have been working very diligently with them to get rid of these ISIS strongholds. It doesn't take a Rhodes Scholar to figure out that they move north. And you know that waterway between Morocco and Spain isn't that big.
No, it's not. It is I mean, like here's a good example. Here he is. And the civilians are completely unarmed.
Right.
What are they going to do? The glass ain't going to hold. I am seriously worried for the citizens. Like I am no joke worried for the citizens because they just released an army. I saw images earlier. I played it in Truth.
Oh, wait. Colin Rogue is saying that they're finally deploying their military.
I hope they will. I don't know. We'll see.
I don't know. I couldn't find any proof of that.
I couldn't either.
They haven't declared a national emergency, so how did the military go in there?
Exactly. I don't know. I don't see them doing much. I see them like making a press release about it, but I don't actually see them because I feel like they just allowed this to happen, greenlit it, or knew it was coming.
How do you not know?
They've set the stage. They've made the court cases so it's illegal to stop it. So why would they suddenly deploy the military? They set this up.
I don't know. I don't think they've deployed their military. I can't see proof of that.
I mean, no offense to Colin. He's usually pretty good, but I haven't seen it. Let me see. I had some gold pill love real quick. Dun, dun, dun. Mitchell with the ship, not to be outdone. Thank you, dear. Thank you. And then with a can. Thank you, Mitchell. Bobby Digital with a cookie. The invasion was coordinated on Facebook and WhatsApp. Oh, yeah. I don't know how to say that. HRAGACEUTA. Okay. Was one of the groups named 90,000 followers.
Good God.
God, yeah. This is going to get ugly. I was playing videos earlier of the civilians that had already gotten barbed wire and were putting it up all in front of their windows, even their second story windows. They were putting barbed wire everywhere because they were just going. And then I saw images of them getting ladders, and they were all in crowds climbing up the ladder, smashing through windows, second story windows of people's property, and they all live in flats and condos and stuff.
Multi-dwelling.
Yeah. It's, I really feel bad for the citizens. I really, really do.
It's a complete run over.
Mm-hmm.
And then wherever they get out when they're trying to head out into the more rural areas, they're setting the Spanish countryside on fire.
Hence we go.
And it's just you're really where do these people go?
Right. Well, and that's why I thought that X post was an excellent point.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you sent a bunch of young men in here,
mm-hmm.
military age men, basically wearing shorts and maybe some shoes.
Many of
they
them
got
don't
nothing.
have.
They're gonna confiscate it. They're gonna take it.
They know that they've got the power of the mob.
Yep, they're just gonna overrun it and take it. It's so.
It's
bad.
sad. It's sad, but I don't know where you go from here other than.
I don't know.
And the people can't rise up, so that's why I'm saying I think this is going to go to NATO.
Mm-hmm.
And I think
they're gonna have to do something.
I think
but
if
they invoke NATO, then are we stuck cleaning up their mess?
I don't know. Trump has already threatened. We'll have to see, but it could be a way of drawing us into a prolonged European war,
and if
which
that's
people have been
happening,
talking about. They've been talking about that for a while. Not Israel, not Iran.
Yeah,
they're talking about a prolonged European war. They've been talking about that for a while.
Yeah,
and if they are trying to drag us in, it's going to be interesting to see where that standoff ends.
I mean, I don't know. The only thing I can think of is if I was in charge, which I openly say I should not be with my temperament. I should not be allowed weaponry buttons because I would blow people up.
Can I remind you, I was an expert shot when I was in the military.
I'm a
and
pretty good shot
I've
too.
maintained my proficiency.
I bet you have.
If I were in charge, I would be very let's just say cut and dried.
I instead of like deploying the troops, like the first thing I would do would be remove everyone that had been in power, like the entire fucking country from the court down. If you contributed to this fucking mess, I would have your ass gone. You would be in Gitmo, and then I would be sorting shit out. That would be my first move. I would be removing everyone, including their courts.
No,
anybody that ever.
My first thing is I would have these vans going down every street, and I would be handing out a gun.
Yeah.
Here, you guys.
Yeah.
Here you
go. Like they were trying to do with Iran. They were trying to get guns to the civilians.
Yeah, the Kurds didn't get them there, did they?
No, they double-crossed them. So around 120 firefighters and 18 fire engines are battling a blaze in Dunwich Heath, Leiston. This is the UK. They're on fire. France has been on fire. They've burned more churches. France has been on fire for a while.
There's an apparition site in Bosnia called Medjugorje.
Yeah.
And they badly desecrated the statue of the Holy Mother there.
I sent you that, didn't I? I sent
was
you
it
that,
you?
yes.
I mean, it comes up in my feed, and every morning I many times we get double.
There was one that was defaced yesterday, and I recognized because it was like a 5-minute clip about it.
Mm-hmm.
And they defaced Mother Mary with black paint all coming out of her hands and her face, and I mean they just
which is symbolic, by the way.
It's very satanic.
So I'm looking at that going, we know where this is going.
Yeah.
Now, just so you know, in the French Revolution, they literally threw priests and nuns into a fire.
You know, we probably should do a recap, like not tonight, but we probably should add that to the giant fucking list.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm up to like 6 pages of we should do's. We're gonna have to start organizing it.
I should stop giving you ideas.
Yeah, you know.
I do this all the time. I like text her, call Kathy. I had this great idea.
Good idea.
You should do this.
And I've got slides for it because I've done
a lot
and
of
I'm like,
research. You can just pull some slides and it'll be fine, and we can talk to the slides.
There's the operative word, because I sucked at tagging my slides. So I have to try to remember when I did it, and then I go through about 20 decks to try to find those slides.
This literally happens 3 or 4 times a week now.
Yeah. And I dutifully take down the notes. Because, when Mary speaks, Kathy listens, not.
Right. You're just like, you're cute, Blondie.
Yeah, right. Oh, isn't that sweet of you?
I'm like, I'm helping.
But she does it all the time, guys. I've got like literally 6 pages of notes of.
Hey, some of my ideas are good.
No, they're actually all not bad. I mean, you have pretty good ideas. I just, that there's, believe it or not,
understand.
if you pierce a vein, it's red. What comes out is red. It's not green.
Really?
It's not bionic. There's
sure?
there's no,
You sure?
nodes
I don't believe
in
you.
there. Yeah, no, it's true.
I don't believe it.
So, but yeah, so it's a matter of how do I pull it all together, right?
I know. And then half the time I'm like, so I had this idea of how to make your life easier.
And I laugh. That's the first response is I giggle.
But I'm trying. At least I'm trying.
Yeah, she came up with a really great idea. You know what you could do to get it's like when it starts with what you can do. I have to learn to hang up.
I'm helping. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm helping.
And I helped.
Oh,
somebody else came up with a great idea for me the other day. I said, "Thank you for volunteering yourself."
Right.
I haven't heard from her since.
Yeah, but I do follow through.
Yeah, you do.
I do follow through. I do. I did want to shout out Music Man 75. Thank you so much for raiding over to us. Welcome in, guys. Please hit the thumbs up, red pill, like, share the show. Tell your friends to come hang out. It's ladies' night. We're tearing it up in here. So okay, we have Italian PM. We mentioned this, so I threw it in. I mean, we don't have to like read the article, but this is one of the few ones.
Maloney.
So anyway, threatens to suspend. What is this exactly?
The Shenzhen is a free trade zone.
Okay, with Spain. Okay, because that's the free. That's part of how they're able to move. It's part of how they're able to move through, right?
I don't know if it's Shenzhen or Schengen, to be very honest, but it's like a free trade zone.
Yeah, and usually I'm going to be straight. Usually that sounds Chinese. Like when I hear it, and I was looking at it,
it's
like,
not the same. No, they've got this whole region.
So yeah, she's like, you need to clean your crap up, or you're going to get in the timeout box.
Right.
But truthfully, it's about saving their shores because they're coming next. I mean, they're gonna rampage Spain. I swear. I hope I'm wrong. I really hope I'm wrong.
It's a good time to bring back the monarchy.
Yeah. At least they have an invested interest, And then we have Grumpy Puppy over here, the new guy. He's supposedly abandoning. I don't know if he's just like blowing smoke up. You know what I mean? Like because he's a Fabian. So Fabians believe in inching their way to the goal.
Well, no, he's not. He's still in his honeymoon period. So he's going to sound very populist.
Right?
That's
what I'm saying.
He's
now
going to
make
softening,
all the right moves.
And then he's going to come back
a little, and then he's going to...
And then he'll say, I can't do anything. Sorry. He's going to do the same thing Sanchez is doing.
Yep.
But you still got a honeymoon period here. Don't take what he says as benevolent.
Yeah. A lot of people are getting swayed in. They're like, oh, he's really better. He is from the same club as Keir Starmer.
Right.
He is the identical.
He's a straight Fabian.
He is. I saw it. I think I woke up to it. There was an AI generated video, like a 5-minute one, that explained, like in a nutshell, the Fabian Society and some of their highlights. And then I went back and found the dig that Bean and I did, S. Jones 39. I think it was like 2 months ago. We did a really good dig, spent like 2 hours on Fabian, and I posted it with it. And I'm like, if anybody wants more information, here's the show I did. I think I put that all around Telegram this morning. So anyway, he's blowing smoke up the ass, net zero. And we're going to, have oil and gas. And I'm like, I'll believe it when you actually start pumping the oil and processing it. Because you're a Fabian.
Well, he's already told, and Trump has congratulated him, but Trump knows better.
Yeah, Trump will always pat them on the head and wait for them to make an ass.
He's waiting to see what they do in the North Sea, and I can see them pumping just enough, but exporting it and not saving it domestically.
Oh yeah,
because we've seen that movie too.
Oh yeah, they're still gonna mess with their citizens,
right?
All right, I need to turn my AC unit on because I'm starting to get warm. Give me 2 seconds here to reach over. Sorry. Okay.
She's back.
It's probably all the laughter, like raises the body temperature. I always joke.
So
I should
will,
have really good abs for all the laughing I do.
I will behave. My hands are in my lap.
Really? Because I'm about to pull a fucked up story on you. You sure?
I can't ever be sure with you.
You never know what I got on deck.
Are you trying to trigger me? That's what you're trying to do. You're trying to trigger me.
Well, I don't know. Does this do anything for you?
Oh, for God's sakes. Yeah, I saw that earlier. Yeah, you need women who have no rights to be a barrister.
Right. Wearing a blonde wig. Yeah. Of all the effed up crap. Isn't surely that's cultural appropriation on some level, right? Right?
Nah, I don't know what that is because it's so overt.
How is this not mocking somebody? How is she not even like?
Well, I think the glasses over the hijab really does.
Oh my God!
I think that really does the thing. I just think
it's a real story, guys. It's not Babylon Bee. It's a real story.
Sorry, you got a Muslim Lord Mayor in City of London with his crown and oversized scepter.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I don't even know how to say this name. This big name here.
Just go with the McCall.
Okay.
McCall.
One of 6,009 lawyers admitted into the Nigerian bar during the ceremony organized by Body of Benchers. Sounds like a weird gym, but okay. So, yeah, during the September 2025 call to bar ceremony was wearing the full regalia and a traditional legal wig. I'm not even sure how they were, like, if you're in full hijab, how were you even allowed to school?
They're so anti-colonialism, and that wig is colonialism.
I know. That's what I'm saying. Isn't it cultural appropriation or something? It's got to count. It's beyond absurd. It's beyond.
A friend indeed is saying the breast trigger tonight was Bill Pulte International Airport.
They were excited. They almost got you out of the chair. Yeah. Rumble was actually quite excited that you almost got up. I just saw that. But yeah, so.
But that isn't my job. My job is to get Sean out of the chair. It's to leave me planted. So you got to be careful.
I know. But then they all message me and ask me to get the job done.
Oh, is that what?
That's what happens. They all tag me and they're like, you need to get him out of here. And I'm like, well, I'll try. I mean, I present to you this hot mess. I don't know what else to do here.
Because that's just too pathetic to be.
Muppet in a sheet. I don't know what to do here.
It's just incredible to me.
It's laundry day at the Muppet set. I don't know.
It's so laughable because what kind of rights does this woman have? Right. And you're going to ask her to adjudicate cases.
Yeah.
I'm confused.
And,
I don't know how that works.
Obviously, she thinks women are beneath everything else, or you wouldn't be wearing the frock.
So my point, yeah.
What are you going to do to settle disputes? And if you have men in your court, okay, if they're of your religion, they don't believe you have authority, and you're in the thingy, so how are they going to even listen to your judgments?
In other words,
you're nothing.
In other words,
it's a
banana
Muppet
court, right?
It's a Muppet.
Mm-hmm.
I stick to it. It's a Muppet.
Well,
at least is wearing a wig.
At least here in the U.S., they look reasonably human.
They're smarter because we won't accept this shit.
Because they do the same shit here. They just do it in regular regalia.
Oh,
so,
yes.
Yeah, we're being soft shoed into that.
Mm-hmm.
It is so pathetic.
I know. It's so bad. Well, I have the opener of Jesse tonight. We can look at this because Hunter Biden's out on the circuit again.
I'm shocked, I tell you.
I know, right?
Shots fired. Hunter Biden is on the warpath. He just called out Schumer and Pelosi.
Uh-huh. So I know, I'm pretty sure I know what your take is going to be, but I wanted to hear it.
I'm actually glad to see him say that, though. I can say whatever I want. I think Schumer is a piece of, and he effed my dad over. He actually did. Schumer did, by the way.
He did. They did. I mean, whatever you think of the Biden clan,
it doesn't matter.
The DNC fucked them hard.
Yeah, big time.
From every angle, from the beginning to the end, they did.
Hunter's on the warpath. The target, same as the commies.
I'm not running for anything, so I can say whatever the I want.
He looks a little
here's
better.
What I think. I think Chuck Schumer's a piece of and that he my dad over. And that Pelosi at the time also was involved in that. And so I don't have anything nice to say about it.
We're not fans
you know
of
what?
Nancy.
And I'm supposed to be the guy that says, oh, but you know what? What Nancy Pelosi has contributed to this country and to the Democratic Party, I'm not supposed to that, man.
I just realized he's on a show called Macrodosing. I'm assuming that's a drug reference, like microdosing. I don't actually know, but I just found it kind of funny that Hunter, with his addiction issues.
I have nothing to say. He could be macro dosing other things.
He could be.
Just keep my mouth shut. I better. I'm muting
he does
at
have
the
a
moment.
thing for cheese up his nose, so maybe it's that. I don't know.
Biden
Well,
Jr.
you know, it's
slashing
known for
attacks
deep
are drawing
dives.
blood. Schumer's already wounded, and Hunter's laying the wood to him on Barstool.
Foraging
That's
up
gonna
the
get
carpet.
traction with young men. The Democrat
Boy,
Party
these
can't
muffins
afford
are
to
good
lose
over
any
here.
more men. More on that later. Their generals are being disrespected. The revolution's coming right at them.
Trump has turned it into the single most profitable scam of his. Please sit down. Please sit down.
How dare you talk about corruption? How dare you talk about corruption?
Thank you for your diatribe. Now, let's continue. Let's continue and let the people didn't come to hear you.
The Hamas wing wants Chuck's head on a platter, and Hunter's bringing the machete to the fatwa. The party stabbed his dad in the back, but left the son alive. The mainstream media won't put him on. He's banned. And being banned makes you look dangerous, and danger sells. He's a threat to the machine, and he's not a communist. He's carving his own lane.
You know who stood with my dad? 100%. Black Caucus, Hispanic Caucus, the Progressive Caucus, all of the constituent parts of the Democratic Party, which are the base, whether you like it or not. But, you know, didn't stand with him?
Yeah,
the
they actually
editorial
did.
board of the New York Times, the Pod Save America guys, David Axelrod, Rahm Emanuel, all of the technocrats of the Democratic Party. That
Okay,
don't
you
have
hear
any
who he's
feel or touch
describing,
for
right?
The actual people that actually organize and vote. But they speak for them all the time. So that part did piss me off.
Respect is everything in politics. But when you lose power, you lose respect. So the party's dragging Joe's name through the mud because it cost them.
People want fighters. I think President Biden and
This
Kamala
guy needs
Harris
to go.
lost the last election
Gosh.
because
Can't
nobody
stand
believed
him.
that they were fighters. At
Him
least
and
they
his
believed
lisp.
Trump was a fighter. He'd fight with a fire hydrant just for the fun of it.
Hunter Biden's a scrappy cat. A source told me a story about him. He was walking with his brother Bo on a college campus. Some guy poked his head out of the second story of a fraternity house, started yelling at Hunter, F you, your dad sucks. Bo said, don't do it, Hunter. Next thing you know, Hunter runs to the house, climbs straight up the facade, grabs a kid from his collar, throws him down from the second floor window, and just pounds him. It happened so fast, no one even knew what happened. And then they went to the bar.
You know, that is how the family is.
The
They're that
Democrats could use someone with some animal instincts.
And as it relates to Donald Trump, him, his sons, his daughter. I mean it, all of them, the whole family, down to the
Classy.
grandchildren. I hope for the rest of time that I am on this earth, that their names will live in ignominy.
Democrats are
Ignominy?
banking on a bruiser.
Ignominy.
That's not Mamala.
that
And
a
knee
word?
pads, never been in the ring with anybody legit.
Oh, jeez.
The party is so weak, it's a turnoff. A new Quinnipiac poll says only 20% of men approve of the Democratic Party. It's basically a bachelorette party. They're loud, little annoying, and spends everybody else's money. You can't win an election without men. Sorry to break it to you, but we're half the vote. Kamala, AOC, guys don't go for that. You can't forget about the fellas.
If you're a Teamster driving a truck out of, up in Lackawanna County in PA, is that, you can vote for Joe Biden because he's probably just as confused as you are about your transgenderism, and he's not going to shove it down your throat. Okay.
Wow.
And he's going to support your union, and he's going to make. But really, I think people miss that about that. Like this focus on 0.2% of the population is insane to me. Like leave him be, man. Like Jesus Christ, must be hard enough already. Like just leave the be.
Hunter wants to throw woke overboard. Pennsylvania is the Keystone State. It's the key to the Democrat comeback. When Democrats win it, they win the White House. Scranton Joe Jr. gets it. And so does Senator Shrek.
Shrek.
A bunch of people sit around the room and say,
oh, stop for a second.
We cram into
hang
our
on,
platform.
hang on.
And now it's like, oh, yeah, let's.
Did you notice yesterday he was wearing a tie?
I did. I made note of it.
He looks pretty damn spiffy with the tie, doesn't he?
Does. When he's
I was
not
really
in his
impressed.
hoodie, he looks better.
Yeah,
Senator
I'm looking
Shrek.
at him. But I just thought it was so cool to see him wearing a tie.
Yeah.
In that
think
hearing
I've only
with
seen
Fauci.
it like 3 times.
Yeah, I know.
But I thought it was interesting. Of all the hearings, he bothered to put
the Fauci hearing,
a suit on for Fauci.
Yeah, he was looking very official, wasn't he?
He was the last Democrat to speak, and he only spoke for like a minute or two. He didn't use all of his time.
But he said what he said was important. I
Mm-hmm.
dealt with this as lieutenant governor. So again, remember the shift. Well, we'll talk later, but that shift in the hearing was notable, and he capstoned it.
Yeah, and
it
no other
was-
Democrats spoke after him.
Nope, they all left the room actually.
Nope. And I heard today they are begging him, or at least Chuck Schumer, so according to the MSM, whatever, was begging him not to leave the Democrat Party because they need all the votes.
He's this close.
He is kissing. He is kissing close.
Yeah, he's real close.
He is and I mean, he's never bought into all the crap.
Well, hearing his story as lieutenant governor yesterday kind of gives you the background.
Yeah.
He actually was concerned because the guidance they were getting was so confusing, and he was really worried every day. Am I making the right decision? And I can appreciate that because they're trying to face what the authorities are telling them, and Fauci moved the goalpost every 5 minutes.
All the time.
So I can understand the frustration they felt in leadership in the states. And he said he was always worried about whether or not what he chose to do was the right choice.
Yes.
So hearing that and knowing that's very constituent focused, seeing what the Democrats are doing to retain power is not going to be appealing.
And then as of today, they're supposedly trying to get him on their side again.
Yeah. Good luck with that.
I know, right?
I can hear them saying, sure, get rid of the filibuster, pass the SAVE
They
Act.
targeted the hell out of him for 1.5 years at least.
Well, do you
Really
remember the Palestine train wreck?
It started, yeah.
Do you remember that? Do you know what happened? Did I tell you what happened? So the Democrats wrote a letter to the EPA in DC. They put his name on it. Problem was his name was put on that letter after he checked himself into the hospital for a breakdown.
Autopin.
Yeah, they forged that. And
so his staff did it?
I don't know who did it, but it had several Democrats on it, and his name was on that letter. I pointed it out when we did a presentation in my chat room about it. I said, isn't this interesting? Because they were going to the federal EPA. Trump spent his first term devolving the EPA into the regions, and the right authority to deal with what happened was the local EPA. And so there was this battle going on trying to get the power into the federal government. He had signed himself in. Remember, he had that nervous breakdown. He had already signed himself in earlier in the day, and that letter came out after 6. So it was, and his name was on it.
Good grief. All right.
People sit around the room and say, how much kind of crazy we cram into our platform? And now it's like, oh yeah, let's abolish everything.
Yep. When a child is 3 years old, you know what their favorite thing to do is? Break stuff. They like the sound it makes. They like watching the pieces scatter, hear it shatter. It's fun. It's cause and effect. They're realizing that they have the power to break stuff. Makes them feel good. They like breaking better than building. Communists are at that stage developmentally. They want to abolish the presidency, the Senate, Pentagon, police, prisons, and of course, ICE.
I think that ICE should be abolished and that the people at the head of this agency and the people that are shooting people in mass, the ICE agents that are killing people should be prosecuted and held accountable under United States courts of law. Let's be clear about who we're ascribing criminality to.
Communism's pretty simple. It's just turning everything upside down and watching it break. It's a revenge against America. They want to arrest the man and open up the prisons.
Would you like to have criminals out in the open?
Well, do I want criminals out in the open? Sure, I'm fine with that because the idea of a criminal is like a little bit funny to me.
Let's just say somebody who has raped a woman.
Totally.
Would you like them to be out in the street?
I think my answer is yes, even though that's a challenging answer to say.
When Joe Schmo comes out of prison after serving his rape sentence, commie Chris Rob You Blind wants to hand him a paycheck for his hard work.
In Pennsylvania, they earn 19 cents an hour for the same work folks do outside. And how are victims going to get their restitution from incarcerated folks if those folks on the inside who's supposed to pay them back are getting 19 cents an hour?
This is what the Obama-Biden party has come to. They lost the men and are trying to win them back. Not really. They're replacing them with migrants and communists.
Let me tell you, labels, of course, being thrown around on both sides. I look for progressive values that I
Another
have
Dickie
supported
Durbin.
over the years and continue to. There are some who are more aggressive than others. Progressives are joining us in this effort, and we need them.
He said it. They need them. They'll take anything or anyone. You know people like that. No standards. People with no standards
Just give
have
us
no
the vote.
self-respect, and they get walked all over. That's what we're watching. Now, the only way to get respect is to earn it.
I want your viewers to say how much I love to watch Israel eliminating the Hamas leadership.
Then you may like this.
I know
Look at that
upsets a lot of your viewers and a lot of your founders.
Yeah.
So, but I think it's a great thing. The question is, where does your trash outlet come from and who's funding it? And now you're sticking a microphone in my face. So,
It's on your face. Are you okay with Prime Minister Netanyahu being in the United States?
I love killing Hamas leadership.
Say what you want about Fetterman, but he has strong principles, and he sticks to them. You can disagree with how he feels about Israel, but you always know where he stands.
Exactly.
And you respect it.
Yeah.
The man's not a weasel.
Yep.
That's why he's a big threat to the left. He's the only one holding the line. That's why they want to put his head on a stake. But Big John's been laughing it off and going on offense.
If someone is frustrated in the Democratic Party, I would be frustrated with someone like Bernie Sanders. Really? Bernie, you have no regret endorsing and proud to stand with an accused rapist, a guy that roughs up his ex-girlfriends, a guy that had a Nazi tattoo on his chest. Some of the things that are outrageous as a Democrat are coming from people in this party, and it's not me.
For far too long, Democrats tiptoed around Bernie Sanders and then had the superdelegates just kneecap him in the dark. Sooner or later, the Democrats are going to have this fight under the bright lights. And Bernie,
it's coming in November.
He wants that smoke.
I would not put too much credibility in what somebody like Fetterman says.
He said you should sit this out.
Is that what he said?
Yeah.
So you think I should take his advice? I probably won't. But John, I'm not going to take your advice.
Commie getting commie.
Think about it. This is Vermont versus Pennsylvania. Which state do the Democrats want to side with? Now, Fetterman's from Braddock, a rundown town that saw all its factory jobs move to China. That's a base the party needs if they want to win. But the Bernie bros and the commies, that's not their cup of tea. They're a bunch of wackos with grad degrees. They spend all their money on Grubhub. They're lazy and they're entitled.
People are like, oh yeah, well, I'm supposed to have that. Well, I deserve that. Well, why don't we have that? Don't we have that? Shouldn't we have that? Who gets that? And then it's like, oh, okay, well, that's democratic socialism.
That's a bad attitude, Bush.
Again,
you don't
the party of women.
deserve anything. You're not entitled to anything.
Actually, they moved him out.
For. Oprah, my girl, has had it with this crowd.
You didn't have no work-life balance at 22, 23?
That's tearing us up, by the way. We're all trying to look for the balance. It ain't there.
No.
It ain't there. It's tearing us up.
It's not there. It's not there. You're not supposed to have it. You're supposed to lay in the work.
Does anybody actually still care what Oprah says?
I'm shocked that people did.
I
not
assume it's a small circle.
I was never a fan of Oprah. She got goodwill from everybody because she used to give cars away, right?
Yeah, I mean, like, I remember liking her in like the 90s.
I never was an Oprah
before she
fan.
was like completely crazy.
I used to think she was,
you know,
it was so elitist of her.
Oh.
And I never was a fan.
Most of her shit is elitist. If there's any other interesting, oh yeah, it's Steve on. Okay. These weren't posted when we went live, so I thought I would see if there was any other clips Jesse had that were relevant.
Well, you should have his whole show by now. It should be up there.
Yeah, pretty much. We got some Holly on her. All right, let's see here. All right, let's just play.
The patron saint of the pandemic never shuts up, but on Capitol Hill yesterday, dead silent.
I will invoke my right under the Fifth Amendment of the Constitution. I respectfully decline to answer based upon my rights under the Fifth Amendment. I respectfully decline to answer.
111 times.
I respectfully decline to answer. On the advice of counsel, I respectfully decline to answer.
Years telling America what to do, and suddenly he's got nothing to say. Turns out the Fifth was such a hit, it's caught fire.
I'm going to be like Fauci and just take the Fifth Amendment on questions. Did you guys see that? Yeah. Oh, my God.
Stonewall Congress and most of America gets mad, unless you're Fauci. Then the liberal media grabs a shovel and starts digging you out.
I mean, the Fauci thing, just sheer political theater. They shamed themselves. You start with your chairman saying, I'm going to put him behind bars. Yeah, what you're doing is you're staging nothing but a show trial.
Well,
and so
great performance.
He didn't play along. It's some embarrassing performances. It was such a clown show.
Clown show? Fauci couldn't even name the color of his tie.
Well,
but his pen pal Bill de Blasio still has his back.
Fauci was, thank God, someone who actually knew something and was consistent in the advice he gave. I just don't understand why they wanted to have this hearing, honestly.
I do.
De Blasio locked down the city on Fauci's orders, and it got so bad everybody either died or moved to Florida. Some dead-enders still think Fauci followed the science.
It is time for my muzzle of the day. It goes to Dr. Anthony Fauci, who spent over 3 hours today being grilled, berated, and sworn at by Senate Republicans over the imaginary crimes they want you to believe he committed during his management of the COVID-19 pandemic. And to declare a war on science at a time like this is deeply unserious and dangerous.
Now, if Andy had read the diary or watched the hearing like we did, he'd know Fauci blew it. And what's unserious
is reading
is
a
this.
Teleprompter.
Dear diary,
do you really think he had
deaths in the
control?
USA up to 1,000 a day for 4th day in a row. They have created a baseball card with a photo of me throwing out the first pitch. Yeah, that's the diary. Americans were dropping dead, but Tony got his own baseball card. Woo! Now, in Fauci's little black book, half the pages are basically him bragging about dinners with Tapper and Zooms with Julia Roberts. But CBS says it's natural to fangirl.
Who here has not taken a selfie with a celebrity who's been here in the studio?
How does that equate?
Glad you asked. Dear Diary, baseline infections are 40,000 to 50,000 a day. A few days ago, Julia Roberts sent me a beautiful flower arrangement. I emailed her my thanks. Flowers? Fauci just got a delivery. Was it Joan Baez? Was it Tapper? Couldn't be Cuomo. Chris is angry.
Full transparency here. I know and respect Tony Fauci. He was good to me when I was sick.
Oh,
today,
Lord.
yes,
When you faked
he
it?
looked like a man
When
who
you
has something
faked
to
it.
hide.
Yeah.
And there were definitely mistakes made, and not just by him.
Sweetie, you came at a great
the
time.
diaries present real questions about the lab and messaging and the vaccine.
There she is.
And yes, pleading the fifth just gives a bad impression.
Now, this wasn't Fauci's plan. He was supposed to retire a hero. Walk in, bob and weave, and take a bow. Then the diary dropped, and the motor mouth went mute, because every answer leaves back to that sweet, sweet diary. And says the exact opposite. So the little doctor just sat there and squirmed, then let it rip on the sidewalk. Quote, Fauci, fumbling with his phone, complained that someone was shouting at me and dropped an F-bomb as he got his steps in shortly after the tongue lashing he received from Republican senators. We sent Johnny to get some steps in to see if Fauci's got any fans left.
This ought to be good.
Dr. Fauci, good guy or bad guy?
I don't know who that is.
I'd say bad guy.
What?
Very bad guy.
Good guy. Smart people are really nice to have.
I like him. I like him.
Why?
What?
I don't know. I can't put a finger on it.
He's
I
a
don't know who he
hero.
is, but I'm gonna like him.
him.
We'll be lost without him.
I look to him to lead my life.
Yes. These people.
Fauci was the brains behind all.
That was a great movie, by the way.
It was. Moonstruck.
No, people went crazy.
I basically only had like 1 year of high school. Totally needed.
It shows. It really shows.
Says the old bitch.
Well, what did you learn to not talk so much?
They made it like really hard to get toilet paper and
I have to go to the bathroom.
Do you miss your mask?
so out of pocket. I do not miss my mask.
I have asthma and I couldn't breathe.
Messes up with the beard, man.
Do you know he kind of made up the mask guidance?
Seriously, wow, I did not know that.
Yeah, I didn't know that part.
Fauci.
You're losing my sway with him.
That's okay. Did you social distance?
I wasn't able to work.
Me and my friends didn't care about that at all.
Yes.
Yes, I did.
Do you know that he made social distancing up?
Oh, wow.
I did not.
Ninth graders,
Fauci,
high
come
school
on,
science
man.
report.
Bad guy. Him.
How quickly they turn.
Ginger beard finally gets it.
Absolutely not.
I got both. I got the booster too. They required that the second year.
Did you get COVID after the vax?
Like a million bajillion times.
So did it work?
I think
It
she
did
got
not
some
work.
How
stuff
many
in her
times have you
lips
had
too.
COVID?
6 times.
Is the seventh one free?
Damn it. He made me laugh.
Now we
Oh
got
my
his hands on his
gosh.
diary, where he wrote down things and went on TV and said the opposite. He said on TV that COVID deaths were around 3%, and then he wrote in his diary they were around 0%.
That's ridiculous.
What the hell?
You got to put fear in people's heart in order to get them to move the way you want them to move.
Little white lie. It's called a little white lie.
A little white lie doesn't hurt
Little
anybody.
white lie?
Yeah, in that case, yeah.
It just gave a bunch
You're
of students
triggering
mental
me.
health problems because they kept them out of school.
Yeah, but in my mind, of course, it was needed because I didn't want to spread it.
He also wrote in his diary that he's more sexy than Tyra Banks.
She's drop dead gorgeous. Him, on the other hand, it's an old wrinkly man.
Okay, okay, well, that's fine.
What do you want to tell Fauci?
I love you, Dr.
So he's like a walking
I want Dr.
scrotum, is what
Fauci
I'm
to know
hearing him
that He
say.
can go himself.
He seems like someone that just needed, like what I say, a good friend. And his friend was his diary. It may have been.
Dear diary.
That poor person on the bench.
That was a good
is
movie,
really.
too.
Joe Biden
Messed
gave Dr.
up.
Fauci a pardon. Why do you think he did that? Perhaps he was guilty of crime.
That insinuates that Dr. Fauci is guilty as hell.
Clearly, Joe Biden saw something before the rest of us.
He was in Congress today, and he pleaded the fifth over 100 times. Does an innocent person plead the fifth?
Probably not.
Of course he did. What else is he going to say? I lied?
Not over 100 times. Statistically, no.
They asked him what color was his tie.
He pleaded the fifth to what color was his tie?
Where did the coronavirus even come from?
Something like Wangbu, I think.
Wangbu?
Wuhan. Yeah, see, I was close.
It one hung low.
From a
Is that,
monkey.
is that near Long Duck Dong?
The monkey in the back of the boom chicka wow wow.
Okay, that wasn't public, but yeah, okay.
Do you know who I am?
I do not.
Here
Here's Johnny.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Okay, my hat's off to Jesse. That was good. I want to watch that a few times.
They have some great editors for those segments. They have really great editors.
When O'Reilly was still at Fox, he was O'Reilly's man on the street. I don't know if you remember that.
Yeah.
He always did a great job with those.
He did.
But it wasn't just the man on the street. It was how he put it together, the weaving, right? With all these. Oh, this was good.
This was very good.
Great. Look how quickly those people changed from "I love him" to "he's guilty."
Well, because it wrecked all their lives. When you tell them they did it because they thought they were protecting their neighbors. They were sold that lie. When you strip that away and say, well, they just made it up. So they just wrecked your life for years for their own personal shits and giggles and monetary gain. Yeah, they're going to turn on him.
That tranny guy just sitting there, he just needs a friend. Oh, God. I'd be very nervous if somebody said that. He's like, I don't know, did I want you as my friend? He just needs a friend and he's looking down. Oh,
it was sad. My heart, I felt bad for that one.
How far
that
Fauci
one's a
is
very
fallen.
sad individual. Plus his heart.
But I'm pointing out that look how far Fauci has fallen. That's his only friend left.
Yeah. Is
not even
the guy wearing the velvet slip Egyptian outfit?
Right.
On
the guy in pink. Guy in pink dropped him like a hot potato, right?
Ginger Beer was like, nope, he's evil.
Yep. And you know what? Shout out to the ginger wearing hot pink because that's a brave look to walk outside the door.
It is. Yeah.
It's the hat, right?
Right.
It was the hat.
But I don't know too many gingers. I don't even know too many ladies that are gingers that'll wear like a bright neon pink. No. That is not in their closet, let alone a man.
Nope.
It's not normal. But he was pretty funny. I'll give him that. I don't know what this is, but it's a 25-second clip.
Illegal already under federal law. You cannot use your staff to go and apply for cash awards for yourself.
Remember
You're not
that?
even supposed to solicit cash awards, period.
Right.
Fauci was out there doing it left, right, and center for years. He would write in his diary, today, hundreds of thousands of people have COVID. And then the very next thing is, and I applied for this award. $900,000 here, $50,000 there. $1 million, Jesse, that he got. $1 million in cash.
Jeez.
Well, he needs it for all the lawyers.
That's on top of his salary. He made more than the president made.
Yeah,
his actual salary.
$420. But he's getting that right now in pension.
Yeah, his annual pension is the same salary as the president.
That's ridiculous.
His retired pension.
Right.
No, I think it's actually a little higher.
It probably. I know it's over 400 grand.
400 and
for sitting
almost
on his ass in his
over
$24 million home.
Is there a way to cut that off or no?
Yes, that's what Holly was pointing out.
Yes, that's what Holly's.
That's an ethics complaint. They can strip his pension.
I want them to strip him of everything they can.
Oh, and his wife, Christine Gandy. She's no innocent.
No, nor his daughter.
Mm-hmm.
She was involved in censoring.
The censorship bitch.
Yeah.
But I'm also going to point out that yesterday's hearing, as you heard me talking about, Mary, when we were in my live chat, there was some interesting little time bombs in there.
Yes, there was.
Christa, did you catch it?
No.
Can you explain to me why it was important to add into the Senate record that Gates had a Q clearance from 2014 to 2021? And what that
7 years?
Yeah, but why in a Fauci trial are we adding that to the record?
Right.
Why that he specifically had a Q clearance, not just that
he said
had
it was
clearance.
during the time Fauci was there. So he's alluding to what? He's alluding to a bigger conspiracy, which proves my
During the
mapping that I've been talking about, right?
During the biolabs, offshoring, all of that
from the
period.
point of the gain of function moratorium through 2021.
Why would he have that?
When he had a myocardial infarction, right? In early 21. Yeah. No, there's something bigger going on. And then Joni Ernst, what about the subawards?
Oh yeah. You want to go into that real quick?
Okay, so a contractor's called a prime contractor, right? When you're working with an agency. When you call them subawards, that's subcontracts, right? That goes down, sub awards go down the layer. So she asked him directly about sub awards, which means I pointed that out in the little map that I did, that Eco Health wasn't paid by NIH or NAI, DARPA.
Oh, okay.
So when they came out with the P3CO, the deliberative process, in 2017, they finally came out with that. But that whole process offshored the risk, and it went behind national secrets because DARPA and DITRA took it over. And so what they did is they absorbed, right? They absorbed all the grant money from all like USAID, NIAID, and NIH. They absorbed all that grant money, and they paid EcoHealth.
Okay.
So that when Joni brought up some awards, and Rand Paul talks about he had a Q clearance, Gates had a Q clearance during this time frame, you're talking about a conspiracy, right? That's where we're going with this. Do you remember what was the date the biolab stuff was declassified by Tulsi Gabbard?
Was it October of last year?
No, it was in April.
Recent.
Oh, it was more recent. Okay.
But we didn't get it until June 12th.
Right.
Okay.
It was declassified, 4 pages, declassified April 23rd. And the declass that she did on June 18th, that was all financial. Well, more than half of it was financial. So they're tracing the money. I'm telling you, there is a major case going on, because if for her to declassify that, first of all, it was declassified and kept from the public. Which I'm telling you that there's a case involved. And then the financial now can be added into the record in a court of law.
You have to, it's not just that they have the information behind the
National
security. You have to strip the clearance, which is what she was doing on the way out. Right. And then once it's stripped, then it can go into the sealed indictments, any grand jury work, any of that.
It's a work product now.
Yes. So now, and again, it's not that it's going to appear next week,
but something's going on. So I find the hearing yesterday, because remember, Rand Paul had originally scheduled the hearing for June, pushed it off to July. And I said then something didn't adjudicate as quickly as they expected.
Right.
So now they've now got Fauci on the record. And why would Fauci be nervous when he's got a pardon? Because those states, and you now have proof that at least Florida has a grand jury, because the senator from Florida did say she opened a grand jury in 2023. You now got the AG in Florida going, oh yeah, we're working with Rand Paul big time. So you've got the state issue is why he pled the fifth, because it puts him into a really tricky situation. And now he's got to, it's going to go to the courts.
Yeah.
Because he's going to try to waive his Fifth Amendment in the states, and they're going to say, I don't know that you can. And one of the things that he did, and that's why it was so interesting when they brought up Lois Lerner. They went all the way back to Lois Lerner, when we've had several people give a statement and then plead the fifth. We went all the way back to Lois Lerner. You're talking major conspiracy at the highest levels of government. Boy, that sounds like a weaponization case going on in Florida. Am I right? I think that's right.